3 minutes remaining in the 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the period. I don't rap, I just trade crypto. Even though you wanna hear my sick flow, ain't happening like a hippo. Going to the water, drink it up though. I'm gonna stop now, see you later.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on into the live on a Saturday night, baby. We have gains to show you that we made today in the trading group. It is green. I don't know where things seem to be popping. Look at the fire going on. Look at this. Look at this. My gosh, someone buying Cardano like it's going out of style. It was rapid fire a second ago. It was like brr, brr, brr. A lot of Cardano. Hold up over here. Loves to play games with me. No, we're back. We're back in action. Hold up. We're back in action over here. Sorry. Pardon me. Oh, that's even weirder. What happened there? Never happens. Another funky day in business. Shout out to everybody in the live. How you doing? How you feeling? As we get you going, get you ready, get you started. Get you started in the day over here. Get you ready. Spaghetti over here. Get you ready, spaghetti. There we go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. Let's do the first thing, the first order of business. Crypto Lifer job. Got myself a Crypto Lifer job right there. It's hard to see, but you can see it there if the light. Oh, I got to put it behind something over here. And we squeeze the lemon into the water. The yellow tends to disappear. Oh, no, is it? No, yellow's cool. That vest had me flying. That was hilarious. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water, get started, get hydrated. I got so much to show you. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about big ideas. We're also going to show you some massive gains in the market that were made today that are absurd. And I can't even believe I get to share them with you. So get ready, get excited. Hit the like button right now if you like gains in the market, no matter what. And serious gains. You call this a bear market? Hey, I saw more gains through this quote-unquote 18-month bear market so far than I saw in some, like, I'm not going to say a bull market, but bull markets are out of control. I won't even compare them, but it hasn't, I don't want to knock on wood. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to be like, you know what? I don't want to go there and then thank you for what we've had. May the Lord bless us for more gains. It's been great. Amen. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And let's break it down for you tonight. So what gains am I talking about? What coins am I meaning? Well, Apt. Apt was just beautiful in this tight channel. I went in live on the live stream. I believe it was Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday, though. Held it for a couple days. Bam. Beautiful 25% gainer. Call it a day. It is what it is over here. And honestly, it's beginning to make a bit of a continuation pattern, which is a bit of a bull flag. And, symmetrical triangle, and again, you're chasing at this point. 1 hour time frame's very over. It was, and then it came down all day. It's interesting. Once it hit that top trend, it really doesn't have enough cooking for it on other time frames. I'd play the 1 hour only. It's interesting to me. 15-minute time frame as well. Looks like it may give you some. That's interesting to me because the coin's been hot. You got a lot of newcomers in it. It doesn't take a lot to move. It got put on a lot of exchanges fast and massively. It got the massive sell-off. And so, of course, I never jump in. I'm not going to say never, but it's just rare. Like, I stay away from these first day coins, and I wait for them to consolidate and give me a pattern that gives me a percentage. And this was a bull pennant, that has a 68% chance of breaking out. And it went tight, and it went above the point of control with tight moving averages. I teach you this in my trading class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. If you want to learn, if you want to get educated, come into the trading class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. I'll be there waiting for you, Eastern Standard Time, and the last Saturday of every month. So that's coming up next week, I do believe. Shout out to the Crypto Lifer gear. If you want gear, you can see it right below the video. Get yours today. Show, you're a Crypto Lifer. And you know what? With Ben going hard today, with everything we've seen in the market, if you did, I had to watch the crypto banter and BitBoy, that was an amazing interview. It was definitely worth watching. You may think whatever you want. People say whatever they want. But at the end of the day, BitBoy may have really saved an industry and maybe even my life, your life, and a lot of other people's, and put his money where his mouth is as well, and really, really cares about every single other individual when it comes to that bill. So that passion is there, and that's what we need in the industry. So you got to go watch that crypto banter and BitBoy just discussing what was going on behind the scenes and how he was able to figure out what happened. And I'll break it down for you in short if you want. The crux of the story is this, all right? So if you don't want to watch the interview, and you want to skim through it, but the crux of the story was this is, Sam Bankman-Fried was trying to push a bill, okay? And so was BitBoy. And they had a few, some intermingled, people, maybe, lobbyists and different people in government. And what happened was Sam Bankman-Fried was having trouble in one area of their bill to get it passed, and Ben had already kind of commandeered that area and had someone kind of doing his thing, And this is what was told in the, and they can't come out with the bill yet, and they can't say everything yet, and what happens is, this is exclusive information here, like worldwide, in my opinion, like right now, like across the globe, like this is news that should be viral across the globe, in my humble opinion. BitBoy was trending today, another 46,000 tweets, been trending here and there the past couple days. So, eventually, they got in contact with Sam Bankman-Fried's people, and they're like, oh yeah, you're working on a bill, yeah, we could do it, and basically said like they were working on a similar bill, we'd all work together, it would be great, yada, yada, yada. Apt hitting 9, man. I hadn't seen it hit 9 yet, too. That's amazing. About to go higher. Well, I guess it hit 9.15 was the high. No, what was the high? I think it might have been 9.30. 9.29, man, on a wick. This thing was vicious today. Continued to rip. We're getting it down in the 738 region. This ship sailed all the way up. I said ship. This ship went to, what was it? $9.29. This is out of control. Aptos. Beautiful gains in a day. Like, beautiful gains. And it happened in like about 24 hours. I mean, amazing. And if you listen to what I teach, MACD, lacking bearish momentum, right? Falling volume, falling price, or at least a falling wedge, close to 50 or oversold or below 50, close to 50, below 50, oversold or at least below 50, and then the oversold stochastics RSI, I mean, in conjunction with tight moving averages and a bullish pattern. You also had a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here. Not perfect, but it had feels. It had IHS feels. All right. So these are just things to think about. And then you see this continuation pattern that could definitely, kind of a double bottom with a higher low there that could push you to the upside. You got momentum. 15-minute comes up. You see what the 50-minute does. And this thing could really get a bit of a move. 7-minute would enhance the journey if we were low. This might actually just have to kind of do something else first before it pops. But it's getting tight, and that's consolidation. And I play consolidation daily, just like I played it here. So, and again, I don't like to chase. For me, the trade's over personally. I was out around here. I always sell a little early. I'm out in this area here. I sell too early, but I take my gains. So, thanks for all you do every day. Can we look at Hex and thoughts on how high it can go on the next bull run? Shout out to Joker NYC for the $10 super chat. Sure. I mean, I'm not into Hex too much. It's not one of my big things to look at, but I'll take a look at it. Crypto Lifer, no expert with Bitcoin pairs, but do you think the PYR Bitcoin is about to move? Looking at the weekly MAs, the 725 and the 59, it looks like it's about to bop against Bitcoin. Love your insight. Super chats, ETC and Cardano. Camera has a blotch on the right-hand side. Let's see, I'll put a white screen on and find it. Oh, yeah, what is that? Thank you. Appreciate that. Sorry about that, everybody. Looks hit. Look at this, dude. HTT, it made a beautiful consolidated pattern. Tried to break it, came back into it, and then it was out. I mean, patterns are starting to break out again like a bull. It's starting to feel like a bull run. I've been talking about this Huobi token over and over again, saying it's like your next little BNB exchange-based tokens. Look, there's up another 13% today. I went over it today in my trading group. I talked about it. I made a video about it this morning, breaking down why I believe. Man, there you go. And the big gainer of the day, the lover of life over here, starting to give it back, of course. Be careful, but still up massively. And we talked about this in the trading group this morning. I was looking at Dogecoin. Saw it in a flag. I just search for flags. I search for bullish patterns. It's a pretty simple way to live. You know what I mean? I keep it real simple. And I search for bullish patterns, and I'm pretty dang good at finding them. And yeah, so I saw this coin, Dogecoin, looked hot, high risk scalp, and I'm going for 21. It's a high risk little coin, and I see this at 10:34 in the morning. You would be privy to this information in the trading group. Like, the trading group would have had you knowing this information. You would have known about this coin. And again, I'm not saying every time I see a coin it's going to do that, but I just search the market every single day, and I look for this stuff, and it's all I do. So you'd hope I would be good at it at one point. So anyway, Dogecoin, right? And there you can see what it looked like there. Now, it would dip a little bit, but if you listen to the way I teach and the what I do, and you know what I'm saying, you enhance yourself with your own education and begin to learn. So we go back to that 7-minute chart. Hit auto. We should see it. Yeah, it'll give us what we want. Double click so you can see all of it. And yes, it would dip down to get to anyone who... So if you're cute, you put a stop loss right here, right? But for me personally, there's your support. There's your next support. Stop loss below 2 supports. You know what I mean? At least, if you can. You would like, right? Let's take a look at our moving averages too. Wow, yeah, like you got your 200-day outside. At least try to get it below the bunch. Look, we got caught by the tightness of the moving averages. And wow, look, I see a bigger pattern of play that I didn't even see. Look at this. I didn't see this at first. And that's really the explosive pattern that really began the bigger move. I never saw that. And then you could say, well, this is the length of the pole. And so algorithms were like, well, this is where we got to take it at least. And this is where it starts to make sense. I didn't see this at all. I just saw the scalp. First time I saw this, look, I see something else. Now, dude, this is insane. Shoulder, head, and a bit of a shoulder. Almost, a bit of a cup and handy too. But pretty insane, right? I mean, that's an inverted head and shoulder. It really is. It's got feels, baby. It's got all the feels. But anyway, so this was gifted to your eyes if you were in the trading group of the Discord on a Saturday. And it was the biggest gainer of the entire market, up 171%. Just an hour ago, they've reset the parameters since Bitcoin changes at 8 p.m. on the candle close, right? That's when all these numbers will change. And that's why it looks like it's down now, because it is down since the day began, right? Flagging out in this wedge here, which honestly, you never know. But I'd be very, very careful, But it does say, hey, maybe do flag out for more. Anything is possible, But I would take it as. But again, 7-minute does look bullish for a bit of a scalp. This is exactly how I found it before. I set a flag on the 7 and was like, hey, this looks pretty bullish to me. And this thing went parabolico, as I call it. Parabolic, baby. Parabolic. So, shout out to anyone that may or may not get into it. May God bless me that I found that this morning. I don't know how I'm so lucky to find something almost every single day, but it's just blessings on blessings. So, Doge chain, right? And then apt for gains. So just going over the gains that we made today on a Saturday, had you been in the market with us, battling through the markets, every day. Look at that, Doge chain for a beautiful 120.6%. Nice job just making something happen. I like how you wrote that. That's beautiful. And Aptos, beautiful, 25% gains. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Formation 5 would continue to bang on them too, to the upside as well. On this beautiful October 22nd of 2022, the 22s everywhere today. Who saw an extra couple 22s here and there? I did, for whatever reason. You tell me why. I don't know. You tell me why. Shout out to all of you out there. I love you, beautiful people. How many beautiful people are out there have not taken a gander? 366, 178 likes. Look, $19 and what? 33 cents on the super chats, of course, right? Of course. Every single day. Shout out to each and every one of you. The Crypto Lifer hasn't taken a day off. The Cal Ripken of live streaming every single day. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all over again. And I'm feeling jacked. I'm feeling big. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. And that's another thing for the guys out there that want to look good, that want to look jacked, want to look big. These are nice and tight. The large is just, it'll make you look ripped. You walk through like, yo, I'm a crypto lifer. You know, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel the power. As you walk around, you'll feel the power. For sure. So two of the top 5 gainers of the day held by the crypto lifers. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to Sin City Crypto, my buddies. Give them a follow on Twitter. I'd appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter as we're on our way to 10,000 followers and climbing. I just put a tweet out too. Do you think Sam Bankman-Fried is a spineless hack who is drunk with elite juice, or a nice curly-haired billionaire ready to hug you? And let's take a look at what people said. Hack, ruthless moves on FTX during the bear. Get him, he said. People doing this, replying, oh my personal space. Nor the leader I want, big boy, crypto life, Euro. Eric Fornays and a couple more would be the start to help run the whole show for all of us. 333, ba ba. Wow, that's a big one. First one, I'd rather hug a burning cactus. Amazing. I like that. Unreal. Neither a hack, a bank man I do not trust. A hack. A hack without a question, wolf in sheep's clothing. Unbelievable. Crumbum. Wow. Father Time will tell all. The truth. Don't lie. There you go. I reserve the right to make a rush judgment without hearing from SBF. However, the chips are stacking against him. I agree. I see. I'm asking a question. See, what I love about Twitter is I'm asking the question. I'm not saying I think either way. I'm the same way. I mean, I'd have to figure it out, right? I love this, though. These replies are amazing. He is the devil. He is lived. He is the devil, says my man. Solar Flare, man, hey. And that's why we have open source here. See, I don't have that. I didn't hit the... See, what if I had hit that and I didn't, and then it came up and it was like, whoa. So you can tell I did not hit that. Abilu shares videos of strange UFO sightings in the sky over the United States. This is craziness. But it is it or isn't it? I mean, I studied this for years. We can get into it. I'd like to make a channel on it one day, or make an entire talk show about it, because I studied it literally for 10 to 20 years of my life. You know, I might as well be part of Move On, for crying out loud. But again, that's a whole nother segment of my life. But those things led me to Bitcoin, you know. But we'll get into that at another time. Let's jump into Bitcoin and look at the daily candles and see what's happening on the day. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Relax. It's Saturday night. Get ready. Just, lay back. It's a Saturday night of trading, right? The gains have been made. We can take a deep breath now, and we can get out of the market for the night, for me personally, and get ready for the next day. Our capital lived to live another day, and we are here again to make big moves in the game, right? Shout out to everybody here that loves life and loves pursuing their goals every single day of their life and doesn't take a day. Because why? When you're trying to go after when you're going after your dreams, when you're making your dreams happen, every day is a dream. So what day are you taking off? There's no days to take off when you're living your dreams, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you living your dreams. I love you all. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 380 people. If you don't hit the like, then we don't get to 500 people on the stream. The stream kind of stays flat. Super important that you hit that like button. It just got to be a prerequisite. I'm here every single day of the week. Let's get it moving. We also put an update this morning. Let's break down the update and see what happened. Who here watched the update? I didn't even check on it today. Let's see what happened to that update. 2,000 views. I mean, 2,000 beautiful souls watch this amazing update. Of the 36,600 subscribers that we have, where are they? Where are these beautiful people? Let's get them. Every video should have 20 to 30,000 views. If you subscribe to me, you should have believed in me from the second. And I haven't gone anywhere, never took a day off. So where are all my beautiful people? Hit that like button, subscribe, share these videos. We are not stopping. I'm taking over the internet. You will see my face more and more and more and more. So shout out to everybody here. We are not going anywhere. We are going to continue to bust down doors and do things that have never been done. Let's break down Bitcoin and shout out to... Thank you, dear Lord, for all the beautiful subscribers that you have given me in my life. Thank you for all the beautiful people that have come into the live. Thank you for sharing your precious asset with me, and that is your time. We just need a few likes to keep that algorithm pumping, or not even that, just to get it moving. It attracts more people into the stream. It is what it is. Hit that like button. Let us accumulate. And look, we hit massive gains today. And this thing is low in the stochastics, so the 7-minute says it's going to move up. MACD's turning. RSI could turn too. I mean, these things say that there's going to be a bit of a move. You know, there's like a 60, that's a falling wedge. I mean, you got a bit of a probability here that you would get a bit of a push up. Can you look at GALA? Do you think 1 million GALA would be worth 1 million USD next bull run? Also, any entry points on APT? Interesting. I mean, I just looked at APT, right? And, you know, I mean, there's something going on here on the 15-minute. And honestly, it's, you know, it's high risk, though, in my opinion. Safe play is to wait for a breakout and a retest of the area, right? Aggressive buys right now, but it could easily dump. So, to me, it's a little late. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. I would never tell you what to do with a trade. I'm looking at it now. I mean, you know, but you have to figure out that yourself. This is not financial advice. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. So, you know, you would have to assess this. You would have to get the education, you know. You could go to one of my classes, go to someone else's classes, see what's going on. And if it makes sense to you, you know, you get educated and it begins to make sense. And you got to do whatever, you know, your strategy that you've put together over time tells you. You can't, you know, do what anyone else tells you, and not even me. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as such. So, but I'm looking at this ascending triangle for app that does have a 50-50 shot of breaking to the upside. The chance it continues to go up, and there's about a 20% gain coming if this can push out. So it's interesting. I'm seeing some signs of bullishness for Dogechain again and for app, both coins. I mean, they're in patterns that could possibly continue. I mean, they're not floating down, and they're not even, you know, Dogechain's more of a falling wedge, but app isn't, right? Anyway, let me get into BTC. Let's get into the Bitcoin chart that we looked at today. Who came to the update this morning, right? And was here for the update. Remember, the update, we kind of made this flag and said, let's watch the 15-minute and hope that the 15-minute doesn't break the point of control. If anyone remembers that, that's kind of where we sat and where we stood today. And you can see just a long consolidation here. You could put it in this like really big flag. And we talked about it. Is it going to Bart Simpson to the downside here, right? And there's chances, but can we bounce? So far, the 15-minute saved the day as we got oversold, and we didn't go lower than the previous low. We made a bit of a double bottom here, okay? And we got above the point of control yet again at 19,200, and we're fighting. We're fighting. Now Bitcoin's in a bit of a flag too, like the two things we just saw. Is the 7-minute ready to pump? Do we get it? Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, it's a 7-minute flag. Could it break us up to about 19,300? Remember, I'm all about that weekly support or resistance at 19,300. We'd like to get in. I did buy a whole Bitcoin at 19,280. If you'd like to watch that video, I suggest you do. All right? And see when I bought a whole video. It's pretty cool. I mean, buying one Bitcoin now, go check that out. It was 12 days ago now. 7,000 people about saw that video. You might want to check that out. I would. Pretty awesome. You need to watch someone actually buy a whole Bitcoin and not BS you and put their money where their mouth is. I've been talking about these big indicators say about them for, 2 months now, showing signs of something. And I finally, decided it was time to put my money where my mouth is and not miss the opportunity of a lifetime. So I took it live in front of the world. And, we never know. This could be this could be, people could laugh at this. So this could be one of the greatest buys either way, in 5 years, I believe it's going to be one of the greatest buys of all times. Either way. So regardless, I believe it's going to be a good look regardless, but I would like to really nail it. But you'll know. We'll see. We will see what happens in time. I still have money in case we go to 10K, 16K, all the way down to 12K. So you never know. You must be open-minded and I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I want to make that clear. I have no clue. It could go to 10K, 100K. I have no idea. I don't know. I believe in the long term, Bitcoin is going up huge, right? But on the day-to-day, I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I really don't. I have no clue. I use my indicators and my technical analysis to give me the highest probability of where it's going to go. And so basically, the bullish divergence I found on the weekly gave me a very high probability that we've hit a bottom. And so because of that, I bought. You get what I mean? So I just go by probability of what the oscillators tell me, and then I take that probability. If it's really high, I go by it. So I'm a math dude. I use these oscillators to give me data. When the data is good, to give me a high probability, I take that data. And it is what it is, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at, all right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And look, now $26.33. Started with that 33, keeping it even. Appreciate you all for coming on in here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Can you take a look at Spell? Only love to you and yours. Thank you so much. Blessed Auto Group. May God bless you and your auto group. Amen. Let it bang, let it bang. Woo! Woo! Saturday night, baby. Yeah. 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 Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate each and every one of you 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So we're going to watch the 7-minute flag, see if it can get us some busyness. However, I believe this is kind of replicating what we saw before. And, I'm looking at something like, you have a shoulder, you have a kind of a head, and you're making a right shoulder here. This could dump to the downside. Just something to think about if you lose this point of control. So if you come down, dump. This does a bearish retest on the 5-minute chart. So you're looking for a bearish retest of this area. Some type of M pattern here. Head and shoulder, head, or shoulder, head, shoulder. Something like that in this area. And we will jettison all the way through this gapped area of liquidity down to 19K. And it just is what it is. We'll reassess at that point, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just pointing out the bearish scenario here if we can't get above a previous high and if we seem to be getting rejected and we seem to lose some price points here. All right. So that's been given to you. I would go back and screenshot that if you want. Keep it on the record. Have it ready to go, right? Bang, bang. So that's just, that's how you would play the short if the short arises, in my humble opinion. All right. Why does that make sense? Well, I'll show you. We've been in this tight pattern now, right? And we've gone up, down, halfway through, back up, down, up. And we're getting tighter and tighter in the channel. Now, the 4-hour doesn't agree with what's going on right now, and you got a double top, right? So you got to get up here, in my humble opinion. Bitcoin really, in all honesty, this circled area and really here. To remain bullish, I got to see Bitcoin back above 19,900 and then even break this area. I mean, we got some heavy resistance to break through before we can start, rejoicing even a little bit or saying things are great or gravy, because they're not even close, okay? We've been still pulling out gains of these little coins, but we're definitely not in a bull market by any means. Hey, Lifer, is it possible to get a Lifer merch in HVIS green? It will cost more to do the color, although versus blue collar Lifers will pay the extra money to wear it on the job site. And high visible green. High visible green. Interesting. Yo, Jamie, my team, someone's got to take on that idea there. Hey, Lifer, is it possible? Someone who could see that. Sean, just copy that and send that to the team. You guys take a look at that. Find out what color he's talking about. Get that going if we can. Can you chart dot, please? Any divergence? Thank you, legend. Shout out to Pickle Rick, my man. Are you playing pickleball lately? Hey, Sam, you once said to place your stop loss between price action and the 200 MA. No. To keep the 200 MA in between your stop loss and price action. Well, that's what I do. You do whatever makes you happy, right? Does that work in any time frame? Can you please speak about it? Thank you. Love the show. Shout out to Fernando. Thank you for the question. Lifer, you're a true inspiration to all us across the world. We love your TA you do on spot. Thank you so much, man. May God bless you, PS5. Thank you for all the love you've been giving me. I really appreciate the support. Shout out to David Kendo. Smash the like button and show support for the best TA channel of all on YouTube. And exciting at Sunday night. Ooh, you like Sunday night too? It's Saturday night. Hey, Lifer, do you have a sleeveless shirt with the Crypto Lifer? Do you have sleeves shirts? We have it all, man. Go check it out. I agree with the high visible green. Would be good to wear at work. Interesting. High visible green at work? Lifer, where can I get a large glass mason like yours? Not frosted like the site. Green smoothies. Oh, so they don't want the frosted one. Interesting. I mean, they sell them at Michael's. Michael's has glass jars. Super Chats, ETC, Cardano, Hex, also Target. You can get a whole stack of them. You can get the blue ones. I like the blue ones. Electronium Classic, Cardano, Hex, GALA, Spell, Dot on any any divergence. Can you show your merch site? Anthony C. Yeah, I mean, it's right here. It's pretty simple. If you just go home, I believe, or just click on the video that we're watching right now. Yeah, I mean, it's right here. There he is. And I thought it was just right there. Shout out to the 400 people watching. See, you guys hitting that like button. We're starting to gain momentum on our way to 600 to 1,000 people like we usually get. Let's keep it moving, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. So you just click Streamlabs here, and it's going to take you to the merch site. So he doesn't want the frosted. The frosted one's pretty cool, actually. I think it's pretty spot on. But and get what you need. T-shirt, this. We should get a long sleeve shirt in there if we can. Home living, school, accessories. I love this keychain. Really cool. Let everybody know on your keychain that you're a crypto lifer. Pretty awesome, in my humble opinion. But yeah, thank you for letting me shill it. I mean, he asked me to shill it. I wasn't trying to shill it. He wanted me to shill it. So I shilled it. Okay. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Good morning. Have a blessed weekend. Be safe in the crypto market. And thank you for all we have. Amen. Amen. Like to start the day. Thank you for everyone that hits a like. Does what they got to do, man. All right. Let's get back into BTC. So, Bitcoin's struggling at 19,200. Can't get above. Couldn't really get above. Couldn't get above again. And you can see how we possibly could be making that head and shoulder pattern. Or even just the M here. Like, so far away. Like, this is just an M pattern. With a lower low that wants to dump. It's all about this. If we lose the point of control, I showed you where we're going. All right. And then it's likely just because we're kind of near the top of this pattern. We might push up one more time and then come back down to this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 18,800 one more time. One more time. We're going to celebrate. All right. We get to dancing. One more time. We're going to... That song came out when I was 17 and 18. Started going to the clubs. And you'd be like, no. You'd be like, yeah, like I went to Cancun when I was 17 or just turned 18. Or had I turned 18 yet? Yeah, I just turned 18. That April, went to Cancun in May. And it was insane. I mean, the clubs you could go there when you were young, 18-year-old club, I mean, they were insane. There was like women dancing in cages like above the... It was just out of control. Like I can still remember it. And they were like... There were floors with super stairwells and like, oh my God, Cancun, Mexico is, I don't know what it's like now. It's been 20 years since I've been there, but it was out of control. It was the craziest week of my life. I didn't sleep a wink. I was up for like 7 days straight partying Cancun when I was 18. Out of my mind. Out of my mind. Out of my mind. Came home with a black eye, true story. Came home with a black eye from Cancun, Mexico. I got sucker punched. Yeah, long story. I don't want to get into it, but it's over now. All right. I made it home alive. Woke up literally, I had got knocked out, unconscious. Woke up like they were giving me the smelling salts in a bed. Like, I was like, where am I, man? Like, oh, he's alive. Yeah. You know, it is what it is, you know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So can Bitcoin get legs? Can the 15-minute flip to the upside? Can we break the resistance? And can we see some magic all the way to these measured moves of this precarious, you could say, bullish rectangle at this point, right? Or are we going to Bart Simpson all the way back down to 18,800 area, right? Or at least a stop down at this liquidity zone at 19,000 and 19,000. 18,009 and lower. So I'm telling you right now, based on the 4-hour time frame, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And based on the 4-hour time frame right now, it's more likely we dump to the downside. I just have to be the bearer of bearish news because you're up here. Look, what happened? We were at resistance. We took a nasty dump. Right here, look, we're at resistance. We took that's 2 for 2. 3 for 3, the hill right before that. We were at resistance. We took a nasty dump. So you're 1, 2, 3 for 3. This hill didn't even get above, but it was a rounded hill, and like you dumped nastily. That's 4 for 4 in my mind. But you could cancel that out, say it didn't go above the dotted line, so fine. Here's our and here again we are at with an M, and you know, so these stochastics RSI have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above the dotted line, dump. 6 above the dotted line, dump. So basically, like opening up a trade, where in the stochastics are where we are right now. has played out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row for a short. So it would behoove you to short. Now, if you lose it, I mean, could you blame yourself? Because all you did was backtest the theory and then go for it. It's pretty simple. And I'm not saying that it always has to be this simple. There's other indications and there's other ways to navigate the market, but I just want to show you how simple it can be. All right. And how if you extract the data properly and take it one step at a time, you can accomplish anything. It's just like you build a pyramid. It's just like building muscle. It's one rep. One rep doesn't make you huge, but 2 reps start and 3 reps and then one day doesn't make you big in the gym, but 1 week begins a habit in 2 weeks, and then after a month you start to see some gains, and then that turns into 2, and then a year, and then you begin to see the gains. And it's just like cryptocurrency. If you look at body training, if you look at learning a subject at school, or even just something you're learning, a craft, even a trade school, if you're going to be an electrician, or if you're learning to be an audio engineer, whatever you're doing in your life, and then you decide, hey, I want to start trading on the side. I want to get educated. Because for most people, that's how it starts. You're doing something else when you start watching YouTube. Like me, I was at work, I start watching YouTube. So you might be me right now, 5 years ago, and I might be the YouTuber that I was watching, but now I'm not for you, and you're like, whoa. And see, I did that because that was the metamorphosis of my life. I watched YouTube, and I felt like I owe it to YouTube to give back my life to it, because YouTube gave me everything. I'm telling you right now, I learned how to play guitars and instruments, piano songs. I learned how to build a walkway. I learned cryptocurrency and taught myself, the beginnings because I found my mentor on YouTube. So like YouTube gave me my whole life. Without YouTube, I would be nowhere. Like, I have to be honest, like, it's crazy. The Google algorithm, kind of creepy when you think about it, but has created a life for me that is so blessed and so amazing. So dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. And it all started with me just watching YouTube and being curious and having the desire to do something different with my life. Like, what an amazing story. Like, I clicked on the YouTube button, like, what is this crypto stuff? I got bit by the crypto bug, just like each and every one of you crypto lifers. You know what it is now. I know what it is. You know what it is. Together, we know what it is. And I mean, you're in it to win it now. And I'm in it to win it. And I'm not going to stop. I'm continuing to push at the speed of light every single day. There's not a day I don't go by thinking about how to build, how to grow, how to continually push. I look at someone else kind of above me and I'm like, dang, man, like, I feel the competitive feel, that nature, like, I don't feel jealousy. I'm super happy where I'm at. But what I do see is that, like, wow, like, what could it be like to get to another level and another level and another level? And to me, it's more about being able to move. Money is freedom tokens. It's about being able to move. You know what I mean? Can you get on that jet whenever you need? Can you get to this conference? Can you do that? Can you begin to move? And that's what we're looking for. That's what I've been seeing happens to my life as we begin to kind of move forward, and you begin to kind of progress. You begin to move. Like, I went to Vegas, got to hook up with Sin City Crypto. That was all spur of the moment. Never knew. I didn't even know them before. That wasn't even planned before I went there. You see what I'm saying? So where am I getting these measured moves? I just want to break it down one more time. I'm getting this flag from here, which I believe would take us somewhere to 19,600, 19,700 area. Smaller flag is just if we just take this little area there. You get it? And I have my two kind of support and resistance areas, 19,005 and about 19,007, and again, these are big areas of resistance that we've held before, so we would have to break them. You could also, the bigger idea is that we're in this big falling wedge, you see? And the falling wedge, I always take basically the whole length of the wedge, if I may. Could extend it even a little bit more with that flag, with the wick there. And then from kind of the lower point of the wedge to the upside to the wedge, again, 19,008, not amazing, right? But what it would do is it would break this resistance line, and that would be huge. If Bitcoin can break a diagonal resistance to the upside here, it would change lives. All right, and it would be, and it wasn't going to be a fake out. It's going to be a real legit breakout. So that's, so I'm giving you kind of my 1-2 opinion, or my 1-2 idea here. 4 hour does not look good. It would have to flip or stay pinned to the upside, which could happen, but that would in the small time frames would have to begin that flow. 1 hour is low, but pointing down, but it could easily do a nice spin up. So I like where the 1 hour's at. I like where the 15 minutes up, 50 minute is. So these two time frames could create some moves. 7 minute is getting ready for another move to the upside too, and we stayed in the flag. So I see bullishness just for now, but we are at resistance and we can't get above. So it's kind of like a, so that's why I watch the smaller time frames, because they're going to react first. Like the 15 and the 7 are either going to start to dump, right, and lose support. And then once we break this point of control, you can be like, well, time to short the, that 4 hour. But what if the 15 and the 7 start to make a big move here and we get a retest on the 7 and this starts to move and then the 1 hour does break out? So this time frame is going to give us the best, fastest piece of information we can get to make a decision. And that's why I use this time frame. So I hope these things start to make sense and start to melt into the brain as you hang out with me every single day continuously. I'm obsessed with it. I won't stop with it. I don't know why. Why I'm into it. I have some mission, something I'm stuck on, and I ended up here, and I'm here now. Believe it was an act of God that I made it this far. And so, and each and every one of you, none of us should be here. I should be back at work. Like this logo, dude, I thought this up. Thinking about, I want a little moon man. He's pushing out. I want to see the clouds at the bottom. I want to see the logo in the clouds. This is kind of how I design. That's how I said to the designer, right? He's on his way out, and he's pushing on the helium fumes. People are like, where's the flames? If it's helium, it's all, So you can't see, you don't see flames. You don't see the flames in space, man, So point of the story is, this was an idea in my brain while I was sitting at work, just thinking. Like, I just started sketching this out in my head. Like, I was like, oh, this would be cool, little logo. I could have this crypto lifer show thing, And it's a reality now. And it was just a thought in my head. It was like one of the many thoughts I've had in many times in my life. Why did this one thought turn into something that it is right now? And who thought a thought could turn into so much? Just one thought could expand into so much. And I mean, I kept thinking, every time I walk by a building, what I'd say to my mom or even my wife, I'd say, every building you see in a city was a thought. Like a man first one day was like, maybe not that exact building, but he was like, I'm going to get into real estate and I'm going to begin to build. And that person got bigger and bigger. And then at one point they began to build a building, and they got to build the building, and they got it done. And so like every single building you see in the sky was a thought by a man or a woman, it was a thought in someone's head. In so many things you see now, everything you use, this jar, like someone first made a glass jar at one point. When he was looking at something, he was like, yo, we could drink out of glass, like thought, this microphone, a thought, like the keyboard was a thought, like someone first thought of a hoodie. Who was the first person to put a hoodie on the back of a shirt? Like, we could have this thing and it just keep you a little extra warm, There wasn't always a hoodie, you know what I mean? With the kangaroo pocket, like there just wasn't always these things. Everything was a thought. What thoughts are you having that are going to change the world? What's in your mind right now that's going to do something different? What are you going to bring to the table that doesn't exist? Like this channel never existed, right? So you bring things, you create. And when you create, the world gravitates towards your new creations. And I started thinking that. And that's when my subconscious mind was like, oh my gosh, Sam, you got to live in your own creations. That's how you become super wealthy, because people are like, what? Like right now, Kanye West wants to build his own mini city or whatever. I mean, the same thing. It's exactly what I'm talking about. And then you see people that are successful, they're on the exact same wavelength, doing the same thing. I mean, you just see they're on such a bigger level than you. And that's what I was talking about when you're like, you're not envious, but you're like, wow, like I can't wait to be on such a level where like my thoughts can expand at such a faster rate, because the second I have a thought, I could put more people to work on that thought, and we could just, like he has an idea for clothing and he could wake up like, let's design this, let's do that. You know what I mean? Get it done. It's pretty cool. And so that's true freedom. That's being able to really, really, really fly through life, right? In a dreamlike state. And to live your dreams is key. To live your dreams is so key. Okay? Every single day of your life, make sure you're either going after a dream, writing down a dream, beginning a dream. And you could be a college student with a side job at 7-Eleven. I don't care. CZ, the owner of Binance, one of the richest people in the world. Some of the most Twitter followers in the world, right? CHZ. Sorry, I have the music a little too loud, right? CZ, that man though, right? That man, Sam, who do you first got? See, See, when someone says he has the weirdest ideas, I mean, that's what you want. When regular people, I'm not calling you a regular person, but when someone says your ideas are weird, that's awesome, because think about it. When someone first said, hey, I got a light bulb and it's going to light in the, someone looked at them like, you're a weirdo. Like, if your thoughts aren't weird, then you're not doing the right thing. And I learned that. I started it was sad, but I was like, dude, when you get rejected by the masses, that's when you're on path to making billions. But like, everyone wants to do what everyone else is doing. They want to fit in. But when you fit in, you only get what the fit in gets. You only get what the common person gets. You gotta be a weirdo to become a billionaire. You get what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, and honestly, as you become more successful, you will become more lonely. My life has gotten lonelier as I become more successful in some ways. I will tell you that. And it's part of the course, and I'll explain why later in another time, maybe in another mentor session. But it just, not only do you grow and gravitate away from the people that used to be in your life, because it's just not as easy when your frequency raises. And I'm not saying you're not better than people. You still go to your hometown, you still hang out with the people that you love. Everyone was good to you, but maybe there were other people that were draining you, people that you were hanging out with that you were asking yourself, why was I hanging out with those people? They really weren't serving, and it's not all about self-serving, but they weren't doing anything positive for me, like every time I hung out with that person, we were at the bar drinking. Did I ever really have a good idea? Did we ever come up with something? Did we ever work on a positive project? No. All I did was use and abuse with that person. Oh, so that's someone that, and they were a friend. My friend, me and my friends, we go to the bar, me and my friends. Who is your friend? Like, and because I've listened to a lot of Dan Pena, Grant Cardone, all these people, and I've been mentored through another thing. I've been mentored by men on YouTube. I've gone and found men on YouTube to be mentored by. And I'm gonna open up about that. I actually haven't really talked about this before, but I love my dad, but he had me when he was 36. I'm 14 years old. He's 50 years old. By the time I'm, 24, my dad's 60, and he's going, he's getting old. He's sleeping, taking naps, and my dad's getting old, and he did give me great advice. He's a good dude, but I needed, I'm looking for a 50-year-old guy running a company. I'm looking for a 48-year-old. When I'm in my 20s, I want to hear from a dude who's about to make his, his second $1 million, or he's made $10 million. He's about to make his second $10 million. He's about to go to 20 mil, or someone who's made his first $100 million. That's who I want to listen to. That's who I want to gravitate towards. That's and you can find those people online. You can find amazing people online. You can't find them in your backyard. You can't find them in the street, but you can find them online. And so I was like, you know what? I found amazing people online. I'm going to become an amazing person online. And I'm going to help other people get to their dreams, just like the amazing people I found online helped me get to my dreams. And I said, my goodness. And so as I went through the progressive nature of going online and meeting more of my own mentors and people that I was gravitated towards, right? And at the same time as I did that, I wasn't hanging out with some loser in my life, which I know I may have been online and spending some time in front of a computer, but I was gaining knowledge that excited me, and the synapses in my brain were going off, and every time someone would say something, it would really, really get me, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, boom, boom, I get it, I get it. I'm on my way, And then every time I got another gem and another gem and another gem and another gem. 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is a great guy to listen to. My dad gave me that book, said read this. My dad started this all along in a way. As much as I said I gravitate towards other people too, my dad did say, go, he gave me this book. It must have come out, I was 18, I'm pretty sure. The 4-Hour Workweek, right? I would love to know when the book came out, right? By Tim Ferriss. If you could 10x your per hour output, this guy's amazing. And he started a box company. And first, the book's amazing. And it teaches you about people that become, so at 18 years old, I'm studying people that were doing their own thing. And every one of them was using the internet, because I learned that the internet could help connect you to the world faster than anything in the world. You could have a sweater store and it could do great in your hometown, brick and mortar. But you can't have fans in Madagascar that love your sweaters. You can't have fans in Japan that love what you do. You can't have those types of things. So, and again, people that maybe turn off, they're here for crypto only. This is about your life. This is about taking the brass ring. This is about going after things that everybody wants to go after, right? And if you choose cryptocurrency and trading, then this is basically, today is a mentor session in going after your dreams, going after what you want, and not taking no for an answer. I got through depression. I had people laugh at me. You know how many people said it was never going to happen? You know how many people laughed in my face? I never thought I would end up on BitBoy. I never thought I would end up anywhere. I never thought anyone would give a dang about me. People now drive hours to see me when I travel someplace. People help me out wherever I go. Random strangers offer up their studios to me. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Things happen that are just mind-boggling to me every single day. I live a dream. I love it. And I want you to understand that you can do it too. That you don't have to be on a 9-to-5 like I was for years. You know, it took me a long time to wake up and to discipline myself. To me, it was the discipline. I didn't want to put in the work. I wanted to float through life. I wanted it to be easy. I wanted everything to be so easy. But you know what? It's not going to be easy. You know, you're going to have to push forward. You're going to have to fight. Like you have a 9-to-5. I know I did too. I worked a night shift for 6 years. You're going to have to get a side hustle and work on that side hustle until the side hustle is big enough to get out of that 9-to-5. And if you can't do it, then it wasn't meant for you. Then you weren't one that could do it. Then you didn't survive. And you know, that used to burn through my head because I was 29 and I didn't do it, and 20 and 32, and I used to beat myself up. And I did get through depression from it, and I did have to go to therapy for that. I did. I'll be open about it. And you know, I was listening to Dame Dash talk to Grant Cardone this morning. They had a great, you should watch Grant Cardone and Dame Dash talk together. I mean, dude, if you grew up listening to hip hop, then you know who Dame Dash is. I'm from 1983, and you know who Grant Cardone is because he's taken over the internet. If you watch if you haven't lived under a rock, right? And so you watch them two together talk, and it was mainly Dame Dash most of the time, but it was so interesting. And I'm not saying everything he said was amazing. He's a little reckless the way he even said. He's like, I'm reckless. I go all in. You shouldn't, he said some funny things, man. You could feel his passion for business, though, and you can see how he's always just going to make it no matter what. He's just going to push through. He's going to be able to find a way. And the one thing I loved about it was he said a bunch of things that I say all the time. He was like, you don't get big doing, with your muscles once at a time. Like, you got to do a bunch of reps. And I was like, man, I said that just last week. I was talking about how progression takes time. How there's, you don't just, and he was talking about how he's worked his mind through business over time. And man, what a great interview that'll really inspire you. Two men that have made big deals in their life, have changed their fortunes, have created their own realities, And he's like, I'm always early, man. He's like, I'm always early, man. I'm always so early. Everyone's got to catch up to me, man. Dame Dash is funny, man. And it was just, it was inspiring. So I go after, I research people that have made more than me, way more than me, right? That have made billions of dollars. I'm talking, and I want to know how they did it. I want to know what makes them tick. I don't know how it works. I want to get into the fancy of I want to see what's going on, right? I mean, this is an M getting rejected. And I will tell you one thing, you're like, yeah, but the 7-minute looks low. I'll tell you, but when the 4-hour wants to come for you, it comes for you. And it doesn't care what time frames are doing their thing. The 4-hour will come for you, right? And so I'm just, however, I've seen everything happen. I've seen the reversals on this. I've seen everything happen. And that's why I flag out these 7s. And that's why I watch it. Because look, now we're getting more of an indication. And again, it is oversold. We could be jumping the gun here. Anything could happen. But we're losing the point of control. And that's what we didn't want to lose. That's the talk of the town here. And if we come back up for a bearish retest, that's where you short the market. That's where I short the market. So Saturday night, low liquidity. It could just go sideways. But again, this is an M pattern. You couldn't get above the previous high. I showed the idea of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that could dump even more. And I even showed you the levels that we're likely to go to. And a lot of times when I do that, I'm off by I've been off by $5, $2, $20, $50. It's usually somewhere between $120 and $10, $20. So, but again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but this is the probability. Probability is that 4-hour time frame does not look good to me. All right. And so this is just something that I got to bring up. Right. And there's a chance here. I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to go to the all-time history index chart. And I've talked about this yesterday, right? The bearish scenario that we go all the way down to 10,008, even possibly to 7K. Now, I brought up 7K how many times? 5 months ago? I don't know when I first talked about 7K, but I first brought up 7K pretty good time ago. You know what I mean? And I'm not guaranteeing 7K, but I just, I want to make it clear that, I'm open-minded to the ups and downs. That's more of the case. I'm not trying to say I'm right or wrong. I'm open-minded to the ups and downs. You have to be prepared for the issues at hand, that anything could come your way. Shout out to the 393 people on the live, 331 likes. Thank you for jumping on in. $42 in chat revenue We're going to get to each and every one of your super chats. I promise you that. That book, let's see what you're all saying in the chat. I want to see what's going on in the chat. I really want to hang out with the chat. Big boy have one trade in his life on Dogecoin. This is all about him, and no TA is buying the Fire Your Boss. Super chats. We're going to look at all these super chats. Thank you. Malt Psycho 7X is really good too. Okay. Full port trading. LOL. My bosses are I wish I could fire them, right? Peter Principle in play. This is what it's all about. Thank you for the wisdom, Lifer. Anytime, man. I guess I live in a cave. No idea who he is. Laura Marshall, huh? I read that book. Started a multi-million-dollar business right after I read it with $10,000. That's amazing. Shout out to Scotty, man. That's unreal. 2008, man. Unreal. I read that book. Started a multi-million-dollar business right after I read it with $10,000. Let's do it again, man. I got 10K. The weekly Bitcoin chart looks like it needs a bit more downside on the RSI, like before previous bull run. How TA before the weekly. Respect to you and thank you. I go over this all the time. I can't believe you haven't seen me talk about the weekly anomaly. So let's just go over it. So the weekly does look like it come and dump, right? But I showed you the last time we had a similar high here and how the weekly was in the exact same spot. And we would just reset tiny bit and have a huge pump to the upside. So just because the weekly stochastics RSI is high, what I'm looking at is the weekly RSI. And if you look at the weekly RSI, we have bullish divergence, which you just haven't had since 2015. So, I mean, you haven't. Clear as day. Anyone can backtest this and battle me on it. Anybody. Anyone out there that knows the divergences and that has spent more hours on the Bitcoin chart than me. I'd like to battle any man who's spent more Bitcoin chart, more hours on the Bitcoin chart than me. Publicly and privately. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people that go as hard as I do, but I look at Bitcoin for I gotta say at least 5 hours a day, every single day, at least. And I would say that's light. That's light, right? So again, and I'm not saying I'm the end all of end all. We could go lower. I just have never seen weekly bullish divergence in my time since I've looked at Bitcoin. It happened before my time. I wasn't into Bitcoin back here in 2014. So I've never seen it live in my lifetime. So I'm seeing an anomaly that I believe I have to take advantage of. I bought a whole Bitcoin. It is what it is. So I've addressed the idea of the stochastics RSI being high on the weekly many times based on this anomaly here. Well, you can see we were very high as well. You can see it clear as day, right? And so because I've traded the markets for 15 years, I was trading gold and silver before I even touched crypto. I was trading gold and silver on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I was trading gold ETFs, JDST and JNUG, getting my 3% a day, getting it in. They went up and down. They were ETFs, electronically traded funds, just like the 3L and 3S tokens we trade now, okay? So we've gone over Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. You kind of see where I stand with it, okay? We don't want to lose the point of control there, which we are. We don't want to lose this point of control here, 19,155. You lose that, you're headed down to this node at least at 19K, and then you're headed all the way down to the 18,071 or 18,867, all right? And you got to see if this channel will hold, the lower channel. One last thing I wanted to do, right, was get rid of this group for us in a second. We got, and again, you didn't sell the top at bearish divergence, you got crushed. You don't sell you don't buy the bottom at bullish divergence, you're likely to get crushed again. So I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say, and I can't guarantee it all. But I gotta go my way, right? No one has to follow me. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor, but I got to go my way, and my way tells me that this is so strange and something that I must listen to. So, and I could be 100% wrong. It's just a little weird for me, personally, to see this type of divergence for Bitcoin at this high of a level, at this big of a time frame, You almost have it in the 2-week, which is insane. And if it spills really into the weekly, which is almost there really, but not really. What we do see on the monthly, what we do see on the monthly, in my humble opinion, is a hidden bullish. So I also know my hidden bullish, right? And I also was one of the only people on YouTube, and you can back test this and go back to my live streams when I was doing this. So I have the videos to prove it, and I'm not a BSer. I was calling this here as hidden bullish divergence too as well. And I was calling a bottom here when everyone else said we were going to 10K. And I said, but you don't know your hidden bullish divergence. I said, that swing up, the swing out, that swing down, you're low on the stochastics. I said, you must not understand what divergence is, I would say. And we would have a huge rally to the upside where most people had no clue and would get absolutely rocked and wrecked. I would watch people get shorted and just get completely obliterated. And, yeah, I just, you know, that's just something that, hey, and again, I'm not guaranteeing I'm right, and I have capital for down, and I've even showed my layered orders from 7,000 to 17. Anything is possible, right? But I don't. I've been saying I've been pushing these ideas now every day on my channel for probably two weeks straight, you know, and again, this is how I trade. Here's a bullish divergence on the daily, which is also rare on a big time frame. You know, the last time we saw a real good, strong bullish divergence on the daily, really, like, was here. Like, well, this went down, but this went up here. And, like, we had a rally after that. It's very rare. Here, you didn't really have it. It was swinging down. And you can see we were continuously swinging down. So, like, you're not going to get false divergence on the daily. It's really rare, okay? Again, people said there was no bullish divergence on the daily, right? We were talking about this on ATB like months ago. And I got a little adamant. You know, I apologize over it all. But I got a little adamant about it. And I was like, well, and what I want people to understand is when we did bottom, you know, you have to understand there's types of divergences, A, B, and C. And you have this really sharp divergence here to the downside. But here, like, it just was not as sharp to the downside as that. And that's a B. C, almost a class B divergence, which to me is strong. And I mean, it would represent where the bottom would occur, you know. It would represent where a bottom would occur. And so far, you know, we've been kind of milling through the zone and hanging out at this point of control. Daily now does want to move to the upside. Look at the daily. Daily is extremely bullish, all right? And so it's the calm before the storm. I keep telling everyone, everyone's just sitting here waiting like, oh, Bitcoin's boring. But Bitcoin always gets boring right before it doesn't, right? So remember that. Like, Bitcoin always gets boring right before it doesn't. Repeat after me. So, you know, are we doing this? Do we fall out and break back in? I mean, this is interesting. I haven't done this before. I'm always open-minded to just play around, you know, and then we have this upper trend line. It's kind of strange because to make it official, you kind of have to go out here, which could say we still have a resistance trend line, you know, and a bit of like a, you know, I guess you can connect this, though, that line there, though, which is cool. And again, you got like a symmetrical triangle, you know, bearish triangle. You got a few bearish signs. I get it. And this will dump you. And you're out of border control and you lose that. I mean, you're falling down to 15K. I'm with the whole bearish scenario. At the same time, the 3-day chart looks like it could flip on me. The 4-day chart, the 5-day chart, 8 days up there. The weekly is sketch. 2-week looks beautiful. Monthly looks like, hey, this is where you accumulate Bitcoin. If you're not if you don't buy Bitcoin up here, then where the heck do you buy it? You know what I mean? If you're a regular person in the market right now and you want to get into Bitcoin, and you know that it's not good to buy it up here where everyone bought it at the top of the market, and you know we've dumped for months now, then where do you buy it? You know what I mean? And so for me, I go in when the monthly is low on the stochastics. I mean, using the big boy monthly chart. 3-month chart telling you that we're in a low. I mean, we could go slow, lower, sideways, but I mean the 3-month chart. And honestly, how scary is this? The 3-month chart has hidden bullish divergence. And I mean, at this point, if you can't see that, like, and I've never brought this up, I've never seen it. The 3-month chart has hidden bullish. Like, come on now. One of the biggest charts in the world for Bitcoin. Who sees this with me? Who gets the chills with me right now? I want to look at the chat right now. This is Saturday night. Like, this is where we break down. This isn't just with like the regular stream. Like, this is where we like deep dive like scuba gear. This is when we got the flippers on, baby. We going like 6,000 leagues under the sea. You know what I mean? All the way to the lows, baby. Can you please explain why you switched bearish on Z? I thought it was looking bullish and thought you posted last night. Update shortly after just trying to learn what I'm missing. Thank you, Kyle Stanfield. Let's go. Got him, brother. Wow. Ice cold out here. Did it go under 18? Chilly Willy. Me. We will rock this. Mass says it's a buy zone. I believe it's far riskier to be out of Bitcoin right now than it is to be into Bitcoin. It's far riskier to be out of Bitcoin than it is to be into Bitcoin based on my probability parameters. See, I'm also a probability math dude. Like, I'm going to eventually come up with an equation or a formula for what I do, you know, and we'll sell that or whatever, because what I do is compute the data, man, and crunch it and mix it and match it. And again, we could go lower all the way to this red line. You know, I mean, $600 Bitcoin. I don't know, man. But look at the monthly support, 14,000. 3-month support, actually, right? Take away everything and just look. We're hugging that 21. We never break the 21 on the 3-month. Look at this. And we did too. Look, that's bearish. It's a sketchy thing. We never really broke below the 21 on the 3-month chart. And again, there's things that have to happen. The total market cap on the weekly must get back above the 200 symbol. It just has to. All right. The 21 here, we don't want to see this go break. We want to see this bounce. So if you go in the past here, the 21 will not break below. It'll bounce. See this? So this is my next thing that I'm going to be watching for you. And if it happens, I'll be on it. That's another thing. My mind can remember thousands of little details. It's a hyperactive brain that just, it's a whacked out brain. It's not easy to live in it. It can be draining. But I used it. I found a way to use it to my advantage. All right. To drain it. Like that's why I do the live stream. That's why I work 7 days a week. I was watching Andrew Tate the other day, and he was like, dude, if I don't have something to do, right? If I don't have something to do, and I'm not going to go either way on it. I'm looking at his business sense. I'm a businessman. And he's like, if I don't have something to do, I'm completely bored with my life. Like, I have to have a constant struggle of life. Like kickboxing could have killed me or beat me up, but I did it because I needed to have a constant challenge, or else I felt like I was just dead in life. You know what I mean? And I just really equated to that feeling. Total too, look, is spending more time headed down on the weekly. You could even say it's good enough. And, you know, it could get it, you know, you never know. But if you look at total on the weekly, you can start to feel a little differently. What it doesn't really have the bullish divergence, though, which is interesting to me. But Bitcoin will carry that chart. So it doesn't have to. And it has slight right now. It has like almost exaggerated bullish divergence because this is kind of flat. And this does move up, which is exaggerated bullish. So we're watching this 21. We don't want to see this break the 200 simple, all right, for the total market cap. Let's get into all the super chats now. Let's break it down. Let's look at ETC, Ethereum Classic on KuCoin. All right. So we've been watching this, and I've been looking at this. Look, if you look at it on the weekly chart, it's also telling you that this could be a pretty nice buy on the weekly when it starts to kind of flatten out here. 3-day chart looks absolutely beautiful, and you know I love that 3-day, and it's a savvy cup and heady to the upside. You know, Marv, the last time I did this, it was 1972. I was having a corkscrew. But look, I mean, I was having a corkscrew. Oh, yeah. So look, you got a cup with a handle that could break up 153.63% gains. All right. And let me I don't know why I have so many like insane lines here. But I mean, that's an amazing chart. Look at that on the 3-day chart. That looks hot to trot. Now, again, it could lose this level and go lower and think about other places for entry. But if Bitcoin can hold the zone, if this thing could do damage, and then if you open it up here and you say, well, there's a shoulder, there's a head, and by golly gee oh my, could that be a right shoulder? So you're starting to see what's called confluence, all right? You know, combined influence that's beginning to make sense. Look how beat you are on the 3-day chart, right? Are you starting to get the hidden bullish? That's what you're looking for, the swing up with the swing down. I mean, it's close. It's almost Class C because this is not as sharp as a swing up. So you're getting feels of hidden bullish on the 3-day chart for Ethereum Classic, all right? And I like what I'm seeing on the 3-day. And I'm starting to post more and more 3-day charts to the trading group, and people are like, what is this? They don't get it because they're used to watching me scalp for the big, because I don't post that in the bear market, right? But maybe, you know, what I realize about my trading style, and you'll realize about this too, you'll get so into your trading style, okay, that eventually it'll change without you knowing it. It'll just like a car with an automatic gear, like it starts going into second, and like you'll be doing things, and then you'll start to just, like I just started posting 3-day charts recently. Last 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks really, and like some big ones have played out huge for massive gains. Like the Morpheus Labs 3-day chart was an explosive one. Roll the tape, Johnny. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Johnny. And take a look at that. Still in the flag. Treacherous, but it's still oversold in the 7-minute. And again, what's interesting is if you swing up to swing up and swing down, you have hidden bullish divergence here. I mean, that breaks out 9 out of 10 times. I can't guarantee it, but you'd be surprised how powerful of an indicator it is. And you're the indicator. You make the indicator too. Man, I'm blessed. This is an amazing Saturday night. I'm happy we have a small group tonight because I'm giving out so much special sauce that if the masses got a hold of everything, it might not be the best. So, hey, as much as we all love to be popular, I also want to be clandestine every once in a while. So shout out to the extra special 396 people here. You guys are getting like the exclusive tonight. And that's why, I'll be honest, that's why I kind of started doing a little extra tonight. Because I like this little intimate group. So, hey, you get blessed when you do the right thing. And so you show up, you support me, then I'm going to give you every single piece of thing I have in this. I'm going to give you my soul. I'm going to drip this blood out onto the charts, baby. I'm going to give you every single thing I have, man. So that's some hidden bullish too forming here. I have to say it is, which tells me that this trend could continue to the upside. So revisiting exquisite things. And apt, what did apt do? Apt actually stayed in the pattern, just got tighter and tighter. Couldn't get above the resistance, but it, you know, it's interesting. Pattern isn't dead yet, right? But it's interesting. Apt. Okay. I like the constant analysis, Lifer. I like you, man. I love each and every one of you. I kind of struggle sometimes with my studies because sometimes it feels there is a whole lot to see and learn, and I feel kind of lost, but always amazing to be here with you, Professor. Don't worry, man. I felt the same way when this began because I didn't know my fibs. I didn't know my support and resistance. I didn't know my VRVP. I didn't know it all. But slowly your mind will learn it so well that you can then have space to bring on the next piece. And that's just what you got to do. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. All right. We'll put that music up for you. Thank you for asking. Shout out to 50. And again, I've had 1,000 people on the live and not got as much chat revenue. So you people are amazing. $52.67. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. Thanks for all you do. Shout out to Nicole Harris. Nicole, may God bless you. And I love to see my women supporters, man. I love that. I really like that because I have a twin sister. I feel like I have good feminine energy, you know, you don't have to run away from feminine energy. And again, the world is made up of both energies in life. You know what I mean? And I do like to represent alpha male. I mean, I like to be a male. I like to work out. Like I like to, you know, have muscles. Like I think it's okay to be a man. If that's okay, you know what I mean? I almost disappeared. I was like, oh God, that scared me, man. Right when I said that. Jeez. But thanks for all you do, Nicole. I really appreciate a super chat, especially from, you know, women are taking over crypto, and I have 2 daughters and 2 sisters, so I've always been just kind of, I don't know. I've always been around women my whole life, and I love women. So, Nicole, thank you so much for the $4.99. I appreciate that. Real men cry. Vultures out there. Shout out to Gina Bombita. Shout out to all the Sigmas. I don't know what that is. Love you, Sam and Gina. Thank you, Fernando. We love you too. Feminine energy. I bet women melt around life for man. This dude's funny, man. Thanks for you Saturday night. Thanks for your Saturday night stream, man. This dude's hilarious. Yo, you just made me turn red, man. They melt right on the stream, man. I'm just messing with you, man. Enku Kutsi Butsu. Super chat question. Could you explain your tonight process of when you trust the 7-minute short squeeze over the overbought 4-hour time frame? I mean, right now, I'm feeling that 4-hour, honestly, like almost more than any. The 4-hour to me is strong, stronger than it is most of the time. You know what I mean? So, that 4-hour is freaking me out. Many times, right now, my instincts are telling me that the 4-hour will take over. It's gonna be a dump. More than likely, but that's also how I feel. I'm a human, right? That's kind of using a little bit of my head. So like, I'm not a computer and I'm not a math equation. And so anytime I use any piece of my instinct, I'm off, right? So I've learned to extract myself from the equation, which is really weird, right? Because you're in the equation and it kind of doesn't make sense, but it does. And I've learned to just go with what the chart says and be super fluid. Like, see how we just reimagine the wheel. But this is an M pattern. And yes, see, the thing is, I trade stochastics like they're supposed to be traded. In answer to your question, Ankukuti Butsu. And so like oversold stochastic here, then I should get a bounce. So if I saw a 7-minute in a falling wedge and I saw oversold stochastic, I would say we should get a bounce, especially once it's made 70% of the pattern, right? And lo and behold, we slowly did get a bounce, right? It began to bounce. And the measured move would be the length of this area here, a little slant. And it's kind of what we got. It's pretty dang close, right? A little minutia there with these. You could have made a little smaller maybe. Hit the trade pretty close. So it's pretty spot on. Point of the story, right? Wow, time is flying. 9:30. How is it 9:30 already? That's crazy. I thought it was easily like, Crack it up, dude. Algorand and polka dot. I've been joked before. They normally squeeze when the 4-hour is overbought. So I don't know what they normally do. I'm so stuck in my own head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I just go with what these... I can't explain it, man. It's like a feeling. I don't know how it goes. It's like, you know what it is too? Look, if this is your swing low, right? Can't we kind of do this? And there's kind of a hidden bullish divergence there, isn't there? In a way. I know I'm stretching it, but does anyone else see what I see? Or am I pushing it? Let me get into the super chats now. I don't want people to wait too long. Let's take a look at Cardano. Shout out to the 411 people. Everyone keep hitting that like button. Keep pushing it. Keep getting us going, man. $67.92 in chat revenue. I love you, baby. Thank you so much, baby. The kids are asleep. My wife's pissed right now. She's going to come down. She never gets mad at me, actually. She loves me like a teddy bear. She's so good to me. She's so... My wife is sexy, man. I have to talk about it. She turns me on a lot. Like, today, like, I was watching her. I was like, man, oh, man. I just wanted to, like... it's like, I couldn't get my eyes off her the day I met her. I remember seeing her. I was like, man, she is just... I call her my sweet little tart, man. I just love my wife, man. I guess you're not supposed to... I just want to let the world know. I got the best wife in the game. She's the best. She really does. She treats the lifer right, baby. I'll tell you, each and every one of you, I love my wife, man. She's the best. She's the best. And when she first met me, I wasn't too put together. I was a mess. I was a complete mess. You know what I mean? Relax, YouTube for kids over here. Over here. Hey. I love my wife, man. I didn't say anything. I didn't go over there. Sounds like you're ready for this guy, man. This guy is funny, man. Oh, you guys are funny, man. Oh, man. Another baby on the way, man. You guys, everyone's saying that. That's so funny, man. Another baby. This is funny, man. What a fun show. Saturday night is always fun. I'm telling you right now. We always have fun on a Saturday night. It's like, my wife just called me in the other room. It's so funny, man. She's like the lemon water, man. The best part. Like I said, if I didn't have support from my wife, I wouldn't be doing this, man. I love what you said, Will, man. Thank you. He's ready for a short squeeze and a double top, man. This guy's stupid. You just killed the TA on BTC. I have no words. That PL chart you done with ranking so true NFA. That PT chart you done with ranking so true. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Gaming, love it here too, Beeps. People like you make this crew awesome, in my opinion. Thank you, Gina, for always giving other people positive reinforcement. That's a very loving thing to do. Gina, you're the best. Luna, Sierra, XRP, your choice, big man. Thank you, Sam. I'll take a look at both, Kevin Baker. I got to. Lifer feeling bullish. I'm bullish on life every single day of the week, baby. Every single day of the week. Let's take a look at Cardano. Did it finally bottom? We have this strong divergence that we bounced from, right? But the 4-hour didn't get us above a previous high, and that tells me that we have a bit of an issue, okay? A huge issue. Thank you for the super chat. You people are very loving, and you're making it rain, baby. You're making it rain. You're making it rain. Making it rain. Insane. Shout out to the $74.92 in chat revenue. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. May you stay blessed. And I was very nice today. I went to a local, there was like a local party in my hometown. There was a guy selling soaps, makes his homemade soaps. Homemade soap, man, $3.50 a bar, $4.50 a bar, $5 a bar. All right, let's go. It's a homemade soap. I get it. It's beautiful. It's artisan. You've gotten all these handmade organic herbs you may have grown in your house. Whatever. I get it. I love it. It's great. But please, this man goes. My wife asked him for the soap. What did he say? You know what he said? How much was he charging for his bar of soap? Who wants to know? And honestly, like, I was going to like talk about his soap on the live stream, but I'm not going to do that now. You know what I mean? How much do you think he was charging for one? And I'm talking like a little bar of soap, like a little bigger than this, like, you know what I mean? $20 a bar, 50 cents. Nah, this man was charging $10 a bar. $10 a bar. I think that's out of control. $9, $10. Yeah, I think $10 a bar is out of control. Dude, I don't mind. Like, I've made a lot of money. Like, I don't mind spending money. Like, I don't, right? But I mean, so the Dragon Bitcoin paper blasting up. That's interesting. Slippery subject. That's funny. You're funny, man. I was gonna so anyway. We left. We walked. I didn't buy the soap, and then at the end, I went back. I handed him $20, and I bought 2 things of soap. And I said to my wife, I said, you know, I usually give money to charity, or if I see someone that homeless, or I see someone that needs something, I'll buy them food. Or I said, you know, this guy, I wanted to take him aside and be like, yo, man, you got to lower the price of that soap if you really want to be. You want to become a millionaire? I looked like, I just thought about his business, and I was like, man, this ain't gonna work, man, selling $10 bars, man. Like, maybe it will. But again, there's always a market, so God bless him. And I did buy the soap, though, so didn't I prove him right? You know what I'm saying? After everything, like, I still bought the dang soap, you know what I mean? Babe, you got the soap? Can I see that soap? What? Can you bring it down? Sorry to make you move. I know you're not feeling well. Always apologize to your wife, even when you're right. Just say you're sorry. Just make up a reason to be sorry. It will work every time, I'm telling you. Sorry. As long as she doesn't hear you say things like that, you'll be okay, all right? If you're not the lifer, you're going to be all right. You need the soap for your belly button. Are you gonna come on the live? You look so pretty. Look at this soap. It's so this is the $10 a bar soap this guy was selling. It's insane.
He said there was real lavender in there.
There is. I mean, oh my God, it smells like. Oh, I picked good ones. He was trying to push peppermint and like some other garbage on me too. He's like, "You like peppermint?" I was like, "I don't want peppermint when I wake up in the morning." I told him I want citrus and grapefruits. I was like, "This." Then I was like, he was pushing all the other ones. I picked up these ones. I was like. He's like, oh, those. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, not the other garbage that probably no one wants to buy. Oh, man. $10 bars of soap, dude. Like, this is crazy, man. Christmas soap, dude.
They're not as big as the other bars that you can buy.
No, they're smaller than the. Go get us. Go get me the other one in the bathroom right now. You know? Yeah. Like, that's good soap. That's $3.50 a bar, right? Yeah. Don't drop the soap over here. This is a slippery subject. Someone said this is a slippery subject over here. Like, this is a beautiful bar of soap, right? It's bigger. They're about square, a little fine. This one's a little bigger, but this one's thicker. And even if they're the same, I mean, this is $3.50. This is Pacha Soap Co. I mean, this just looks cool. Like, you just hold it and you're just like, look at my cool soap. So like, you put this out for guests when they come in the house. You put this in your bathroom when guests come. They don't want to even use it. Like, they'll be too afraid to touch it. They want to ruin the soap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what happened. I put this for my guests that stayed this weekend, and they used like the hand soap like the whole time. Like, they wouldn't touch it. You know what I mean? But it was for them to touch. It was for them, you know, that's the point. But I mean, beautiful. This is beautiful. Something about this. Oh, this is probably comes through on the green screen because it's green. You probably can't see. Or maybe, you know, it comes out. No, how that's green. That's supposed to not come through. That's a good chroma key, man. I guess it's probably not green. That's why I'm colorblind. And it's probably like a beige. I'm colorblind. That's a small detail that I don't want everyone to know, but I am colorblind. So Yep. I can't see colors. No, I see colors. I just don't see them all exactly the way I should be apparently seeing them, you know. Says some medical association. I mean, who's they? Who are they, you know? Swing up to swing. It says some optometrist. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. I can't see the 26. You know what I mean? Are you color? You can type in this like, are you colorblind, right? And so you could be like the colorblind test, right? And you could be like, okay, take the colorblind test, Sam, like, right? And you'd be like, okay, a 7, right? Easy, right? A 3, right? And when the number comes up that I can't see, someone could be like, super chat it. So like right here, I can't see that number. Like, I think it's a 3, right? Time limit reached. Please provide a response. I think it was a 3. I see the 7 there. That one's a 3. I see that one. That's an 8, right? That's a 5. That's a 5. That's an 8. But eventually, I'm not going to see it. It's going to be crazy. But you're going to see it, which pisses me off. This one gets hard. The pink and the gray get close. I can see the 6, though. But it gets hard. The 2. What if I pass with flying colors? That one's getting really difficult. I believe it's a 2. 4. 8. I'm lost. I don't know what it is. I think it's a kind of a 3. I don't know, man. That one they keep giving to me, I can't find that one. Barely get that one. Barely get it. 5. 1. Sorry, we're going to end this soon. It's fascinating to me that I can't see colors that other people can see. That one I think is a 9, but I can't tell. Like, it's a lot like that other one. You know what I mean? I kind of see a 4. I think I've done this before too. You know what I mean? But I can barely see it. I'm done now. I'm cooked. I couldn't tell you what that is. 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 7. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what it is. I can't even tell you if I'm unsure. It's nothing. I mean, I don't know. This I can barely think. I think I can barely see a 6, but it's like, it's a stretch. I'm gone. I'm gone. I got nothing. Anyone could see anything there? Am I the only one that could see nothing? Maybe everyone else. Wait. Hold up. Could you guys see something there? Hold on. Let me just double check. Could you guys see what I saw on the last one though? So you could easily see the last. The last one was a clear. I couldn't see it at all. Nothing. I saw nothing. This is a 5. I'm gone. I can't see anything. I can't see anything on this one. Not one thing. Nothing. Damn it. This is a 1. I can barely see it, but I can see it. This is an 8. I think that's a 4. Is it a 4? Is it a 4? You guys can see a 5? Damn it, I was wrong. Yo, it's so whack. This pisses me off. Like that I just don't believe I'm colorblind. Like, I refuse to believe it. Like, it can't be. Like, I can't be colorblind. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, and so I have to see your colorblind test to view. Oh, we gotta view my results, right? Like, okay, so ENCHROMA colorblind, you're a mild Dutton. This type of red-green colorblindness has green cones in the eye detect too much red light and not enough green light. That's what happens, man. And it throws me off, man. Dang. And now everybody knows. Based on your type of colorblindness, we have eyewear just for you to help you see and experience life in bright and vibrant color. So I don't get to see the colors like everyone else gets to see. I might actually see a drabber life than other people because I don't get enough of the red. And now they're going to charge me. Look, this is discrimination. Now they're going to charge me $500 to see the world the real way. Like, that's so messed up. Like, it's like, oh, by the way, like, you don't look at the world right, but You can spend $500 and we'll give it to you. Like, how dare you? Like, should be free, man. Where's my, like, you know, where's the colorblind association? You know, I swear that they are glasses. Go get them glasses, Crypto Lifer. We should start an NFT for the colorblind. Wow, I think it might be colorblind. I never knew because I couldn't see half of them. Yo, watch, I cure tons of people. I help like millions of people find out they're actually colorblind for the first time in their life. Like, my God, like someone's like at home for the rest of the night. Like, no, because when you first find out you're colorblind, I'm telling you right now, like, it seems like a little thing, but like, like when you first come to terms, like you're with somebody and like you see a color and you're like, oh, that's pink, and your wife's like, no, it's not. Like, it's not pink at all. And you're like, what do you mean it is? Like, and she's like, no, it's not. Like, and you're like, that's clearly pink. Like, I know my colors. And so that's how it starts. You know, you'll be with a girl, start dating someone, and one day you'll be somewhere and you'll say something and you get caught out. You'll get called out by a friend or a family member, and that's when you know. And you'll be like, and everyone else will be like, that's not the color. You'll be like, nah, yo, it's frustrating. It is. And then you realize what it is, you know. My old traveling sales buddy was colorblind. His wife arranged his clothes for the entire week and put shirts with pants. Like, now, see, I can dress. I put together my stuff, man. I couldn't see about 7 of them. You should get a referral link for those glasses. Started selling those things like hotcakes. The known colorblind trader. Oh, man. Anyway, so Cardano could break to the upside. I like what I'm seeing, but the 4-hour time frame is struggling right now. You know, there's a chance that you got something going on here. And so I just had to have fun on a Saturday night. I know we're here for the charts all the time, but like, I had a fun. This has been an eye-opening stream tonight. Sweaty Dave, you're funny, man. This stream has been eye-opening. Hilarious, man. This guy, he gets it. Hold up. Shout out to Sweaty Dave, man. I feel amazing about this stream. Oh, no. I'm trying to do I'm trying to like add to the party there, right? The optics were up. But anyway, so this is overbought, and this wants to come to the downside for sure. Cardano, I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan of this 4-hour time frame right now on Bitcoin, and I've seen it ruin the party many times on these smaller time frames. You have serious resistance where you've bounced on Cardano, right? I'm a long-term holder. I love Cardano. I'm not trying to hate at all by any means. You bounce down to this area here on a wick, which you bounced from a 35, right? You lost 35, got the 33, 33333, which is crazy, right? You bounce off that. You're at resistance now. Some say, okay, but like rising wedge, right? I mean, bear flag, bearish rectangle to the downside. Lower low to the lower end of this triangle. We could make this tighter. Cardano back to 32 possibly, and then can it get a bounce? If not, it's got to get above this area. It's got to retest this area, in my humble opinion. So it looks more bearish to me because that 4-hour time frame just doesn't want to let it go. I like the daily. I like the 22-hour. The bigger time frames are good. Let's look at our 3-day chart, though. It's been 3 days beat to the ground. I'm telling you that we may have a move, but again, like, we beat to the ground. Look at the sell-off on Cardano. It's been vicious. Vicious. For the last 2 weeks straight, it has been vicious. Since September 9th, Cardano's been in a serious downtrend. All right? A serious one. Ever since 51 cents. All right? So that means a lot of people bailed on Cardano at 51. That was kind of their last, you know, and they weren't ready to buy back in at 41, and they don't seem to ready to buy back in right now. So, again, I'm a fan of Cardano. I love it, but it is struggling right now. It is struggling. The daily looks okay, pushing to the upside, but it must continue. So, and again, I'm a change my tune type of guy with supportive resistance. We get back above this resistance here at 37 cents, you know, or we make some type of inverted head and shoulders, something that that gets me going. But right now, I would be clear of Cardano for a swing trade or anything right now. I don't try to catch a falling knife at the present moment in time. Super chats. All right, ADA and HEX. Let's take a look at HEX. Haven't looked at HEX in a long time. And we look at HEX here on the USDC. Uniswap is really a good place for it. That's where I've been tracking it recently, right? So look, someone asked me about HEX recently, and I said, well, it's at a resistance point. And I said, and it's likely to get rejected and bounce to the downside. And we put this rising wedge here, see? And I said, that's likely to dump. And then I said, and dump all the way down here. Now, it dumped all the way down till, I guess you could say, to that level where it double bottomed. And it's kind of following that like Bitcoin idea, like, can it just mill out here? Now, the daily's high and it's not getting above the zone, and there's a lot of FUD going on. There's a lot of HEX FUD right now. I'll make that clear. Richard is trending on Twitter, if you saw it today. Okay. And we have to talk about a bunch of other stuff. I mean, we talked about a lot tonight, right? Do we finish the BitBoy story, right? The BitBoy story is that they were trying to take away one of his lobbyists into their bill. And he would have never have known until the guy said they were trying to poach me. And when he found out they were trying to poach him, he could figure out what bill they were trying to do and what they were trying to accomplish. And it's almost like God sheds light on the equation. Pretty crazy, right? And if that little occurrence never happened, and BitBoy didn't ever fight for the people and didn't put his cards down like he did, we would not know any of this. And I believe it just, God works in beautiful ways, and he reveals the truth all the time. The truth always comes out. I'm telling you right now, people that don't believe in God think that the truth doesn't come out. They think they can live in lies for their entire life. And they get away with it for 10, for maybe 20, for maybe 50, but eventually the crow comes to nest. And I'm telling you right now, your lies will catch up with you, every single person here. I hope you're a good person, and if you are, may God bless you. And again, your lies will catch up with you. And so stay clear of lying. Every time you lie, it will catch up with you. Trust me on it. Trust me. I lied as a kid. I lied in my lifetime. I'm not going to tell you I never lied. That would be a lie. Okay? Right? And but I've learned my lesson, and I know the low frequency feeling of it. It's all about your frequency, and I've learned this. I keep looking at myself. I keep being like, oh, I'm a being who's trying to elevate to this high frequency. Once I realized that it was my vibrational energy that was changing and attracting wealth. When you vibrate high, you attract wealth. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. People that are very wealthy are they're vibrating super high. And you can feel it. You can see it in their action. You can see it in the way they look. They're working out every single day without fail for years on end, just like how they're vibrating high, baby. And I woke up this morning praising God 100%. I was trying to be like, because, you could make millions of dollars and be like, I'm the richest person. Look how big I am. Look at all the things I did. Me, I 100x this, or I started a multi-million-dollar company, and I own casinos, and I do this and that. And it's all, look how great I am. Look how great I am, And it is. You're great. You did great. It's amazing. But I thought about it all, and I was like, God somehow gave me the position in life that I have. Somehow I surrendered to God, and then I was able to surpass things in my life I never thought possible. And so I think it's also humble and beautiful to not believe it was all on you, because it's all on you. It's pretty conceited. You know what I mean? And I made this beautiful metaphor for myself. The group teaches me so much. And this morning I was talking about kind of what surrendering to God really is. And it hit me. And it's saying, there's a force bigger than me. Like, I didn't create the universe. Like, I am not the end all. And something else did, something else did, something else. And I got to vibe with that. So if I'm going to live in this space, it's going to work for me. You know what I mean? And, so with that being said, I was saying how you ride the wave, right? And so I was saying, all I can tell you is when I surrendered to a force bigger than myself. So then this is what I said. I said, I feel the wave of energy come over me. I tapped in, and it seems to be endless. I never feel alone, right? Even when I'm by myself, and I feel this energy with me at all times. I just woke up this morning. This is what inspired me. I said, some who don't believe in God, I think I am crazy, and it's my own energy. And I just want it to be God. All I can tell you is when I surrendered to a force bigger than myself, I began to ride the wave created for me. It is just like a surfer You don't fight the wave. You surrender to the fact that it is bigger and stronger, right? Like, you're on the beach, the thing is 10 feet, it's crashing. Like, you don't go like, I'm gonna go my way and do it all my own way. It's all on me, and I'm gonna do me. And you know what? Do that a lot. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna keep going into that wave. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get smashed by that wave over and over again. So, like, when you go against God's will, you get it doesn't go well. So eventually you go with the flow, right? And somehow, so like you surrender and you don't fight the wave. You surrender to the fact that it's bigger and stronger. So you surrender to the force and then you use it to push you. Surrender to God and ride the wave. It is surreal. I'm riding it now and I'm showing you that I am. And so I like to prove that my success comes from that source, because what that does is it proves to everyone out there that God is real, God is strong, and it's and again, I didn't know I would ever preach like this in my whole life, ever. But something happened when my channel grew, and it grew with my spirituality. I feel so strange doing this, and normally I just be like, hey, look at crypto, it is, you know. But tonight I feel different, and I'm just going off. All right, and it is what it is. So Ethereum Classic looks absolutely beautiful on the 3-day chart. I like it. It's pushed up on the daily with not a lot of movement, so we could still see some more downside. Be very careful. Bitcoin is in a precarious situation. All of these coins are going to follow Bitcoin, right? In my opinion, I'd much rather watch a big breakout, boom, 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 and get in here on this area than try to be the man and catch the bottoms here. Now, the 4-hour could roll over on us too. It's interesting. Still eat these squiggly lines. I leave them around. It's like spaghetti all over the place. But look, the 4-hour just, it's not a good look, I have to say. And you're right above a point of control. Can you hold that? That would be amazing. Let's look at our 1 hour. Pointing down too. I mean, you're making lower lows. So again, it's like back to the Bitcoin story. You're back to this, like, can you throw a Hail Mary here on this flag? Can the 15-minute do some damage that you never thought possible? And that's the question. Babe, can you begin to heat up that food for me? Maybe she's not there. I'll probably have to heat up my own food. That didn't work too well. Ethereum Classic. I realize I'm so hungry right now. I'm starving. I haven't really eaten much today. We went to this thing. I thought there was going to be a lot of food. I ate one slice of pizza for $5. And it was a place where you can get pizza for like $3.50. But they came to the local town fair, Bertucci's, and decided to sell $5 tiny little slices of cheese. So, like, I thought it was really weird. You sell these nice big slices. You sell nice big pizza. That's pretty good. You know, instead they ended up making these like express pizzas because their slices were smaller and they charged like more than they do at their place. So you came to a local event where people were fundraising, right? And like, you know, doing local stuff, local businesses, and you're a chain and you came out and then sold $5 slices of pizza? I was disgusted. So Bertucci's, you know what? You know what? And you know what? I used to love you, Bertucci's, but you know what? After what I saw you do today to gouge my neighborhood and the kids, when I went up there and grabbed a slice and the man told me $5 a slice, come on, man. He goes, $5 pizza and $10 soap. Too dear. Give me 2 of each. I know, right? I did buy 2 of each. It's funny, I did. So I got 2 bars of soap and 2 slices of pizza for $30. Are you kidding me? So thank you for the $77 in chat revenue today, because I got completely ripped off. And without you beautiful people, I would not be at break even right now. You know what I'm saying? So may you all know you did a blessed thing today. Everyone that gave, man, you're awesome. And live in love, man. It's the strongest frequency in the game. If you live in love, you cannot go wrong. So can this 15-minute breakout of this flag to the upside? There's a chance it does. It looks pretty good in the stochastics. We're out of previous resistance and support zone. But again, how much glory would it give us? Could be a quick little scalp. 5%, not a lot, but you're looking for the M and the dump down. So just be careful. All right. That's not cool, gouging the pizza. But I bet the soap was worth it. I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, it does smell good, though. Every time I get a little upset, the soap smells amazing. It does. It smells amazing. Let's look at Spell here. On Binance, It's interesting. Spell token Is it also on KuCoin? Yeah. If it's this, I want to see it on the KuCoin. On the KuCoin. So Spell was a hot little number when it first came out. I remember dumping to the downside. You see me trying to play the fib on that, and it would just completely collapse. Trying to make a higher low here. 12-hour time frame, daily time frame. Spent, beat to the ground. Daily's pretty low too. Bit of a kind of a double bottom there. 22-hour. I mean, for me, I'm not a catching a falling knife type of guy. Like, yeah, fine. You could be like, well, you bought Phantom at the bottom. I studied one coin. I was all about it. I went really hard. Like, if I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all, like, Wild is the one coin that I would like to go all in on near these bottoms in these 20-cent areas. So I like Wild. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I just believe Wild can be here in the long term and really change the world. So I'm looking at Wild closely, and it's, Wild, baby. So 22-hour on Spell could bounce. You got a bit of a Sammy Cup and Handy situation going on, right? But again, it's all about that supportive resistance. So, and you do have the bullish divergence that you need. But again, it's just not my trading style. So for me, even if you see all the probabilities and it's likely to go, I'm just not going to be taking that. This is not going to be my move. What I would be looking for is a break above this point of control. I would look for a bounce up high here, and then a bit of a falling wedge or a flag in this area. And then I would scalp maybe 5 or 10% out of this move, or 30 or 40, something like that. But not until I see it in a safer zone. So I'm about swing trading coins that are in a proper trend. Like what I basically am telling you is I need to see a higher high, higher low, higher high. I need to see an uptrend. Then I'm going to take advantage of the trend somewhere in the middle of it, where it's the safest place to get into the trade. I want to take the best piece of the pie, right? It's like you don't go right at the beginning of the way. You don't go right at the end. You go right, you go in the middle. You have a good time, right? Before everyone starts throwing up on each other, the party, whatever it is, party, event. That's usually the best time. Get in at the middle. Get in and get out. Get yours. High liquidity zone, right? So, slip a tip, bullish. Super chats take priority. Super chats, GALA, dot. Any divergence, MATIC, Z question. Plus the 7-minute Q option on GRT, Luna, and XRP. Wow, we're full. So, let's take a look at GALA. Looks like I'm working a night shift tonight. It's going to be a long one. $77, and I talk about the 77, don't I? All the time recently. And we got $77 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. May God bless each and every one of you. 432 likes, 368 people on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. So we talked about GALA. Could GALA break bread eventually? It's beat to the ground. People are selling this off like it's a hot potato, man. They're like, get it out of my hands. It's crazy. GALA's been just getting completely sold off, like faster than I would have believed. The last month has been a nasty. Everyone thinks it can't go lower. It can always go lower. Remember that. It can always go lower. This is a falling wedge, but you could even see this break down lower to this area here. But that would be negative GALA. It's at 33. Look at that. On the 33. You see that? That's interesting. I go the right way. Now I got to go this way. It's on the 33, and then I got to look that way. It's on the 33 over there. If I don't hit the news. It's on the 33 over there. Right there. On the 33. Amazing, right? I felt like a weatherman right there because I had to look all the way over there, even though I'm going over there. Not over there, over there. So anyway, GALA in a falling wedge. Does it have the bullish divergence you need to jump on out? You really don't. Not on the 12-hour. 22. Daily spent. Say you're going to get a bit of a move, but the daily's been spent here. Daily's been spent here, and you've been pushing up, and you don't get above resistance. You don't break 7 cents. It is at 3.5 cents. It's going to be a long-term idea. This is a project I would be DCAing into. I have to change my tune on it. Like, I just believe it's going to be here for the long term. I got really excited when it first came out. I could not believe it made the gains. We found it down here in this triangle, 7-9 cents, and it would rip. I mean, it would go to 84, 85 cents. It was insane, the GALA run. And again, October and November of 2021 was insane. A year ago, we would experience euphoria like you would not believe in the trading group. People were making thousands of dollars a night. It was out of control. So I can't wait for those times again. They were awesome, and they're coming. They're coming, and we're going to see them again. I know we are. It's just a matter of time. It's cyclical. It's how the market works. So again, GALA, same thing with me though. Like if I was going to swing trade this, I got to get above the point of control or get above 7 cents. I believe in this project. I've researched it to the point of no return. I know a lot about it. This is something I would dollar cost average into. I actually may start putting in some money into GALA actually around these prices because it's pretty dang low. Let's take a look at Hero. Hero's on my radar. When I think about GALA, I think about Hero. It was in a wedge recently. It looked somewhat scrumptious. Remember, the daily was getting low. Let's take a look what happened here since we last looked at it. It's in this like beautiful cup and handle, getting oversold in the daily, looking like it's getting ready for a massive move to the upside. Something about this is starting to kind of get me keen, starting to get me going. Take a look at the 3-day chart. 3-day chart's a little high, though. That's interesting. Daily get at least a bit of a scalp. 22-hour looks good. 12-hour looks okay. 4-hour again, canceling the pizza. So, yeah, I mean, isn't that sucks? You think you're going to get it. Everyone's waiting, and then someone's like, no. They no pizza. We're getting, we cancel it. And you're like, but you asked me like 2 hours ago, and I said I wanted, sausage, peppers, and I wanted onions, peppers, and mushrooms. Like, now you're canceling the pizza? Like, so the point of the story is, I mean, that overbought. 4-hour can get you going, all right? 1 hour wants to do something. And again, I bet we see like a flag on the 15. See, isn't this funny? The whole market follows Bitcoin in a bit of a way, and it's an ugly flag, but you can see it's still a bit of a flag there. Very interesting. Hero. So Hero's on my radar. 3-day chart had me a little befuddled, all right? But the daily, looking pretty sweet too. So it's back on my radar. I'm not guaranteeing anything forward, but I'm just looking at it now. All right. Onions, peppers, and shroom. We talking about pizza or a Philly cheese? I said mushrooms. Like real shiitake, bro. Lifer is about to get hangry. He has food on his mind. Someone get him an egg. He's going to throw an egg. Get that kid an egg before he wows out. So you were there for that episode. Who was there when I broke down over an egg? No, I literally had like I had a nervous breakdown over an egg. I really did, man. It was the one time on the live where I really just like completely almost lost it. Like I really did. Like, dude, 1 out of 700 days, you're gonna hit your limit. You're gonna hit the limit on the live. Like, if you're a real person, right, and you're really being you all the time, like, and you're not like a completely like, you're gonna. Who here was there? I was there, and I know the feeling. It's just so funny, man. I'll never live that day down. Like, I think I have, but like I never will, right? Like, it'll be always on me, like, for the rest of my life. Oh, man. So, I mean, we got a bit of bullish divergence here on the daily for Polkadot, and Polkadot's been hot recently. But then it's crazy. It gets all this news. It gets the most, interaction on chain, right? You got a GALA, you got all the power chains kind of going. You get the exciting, and then you get Gavin Woods kind of falling off the face of the earth and kind of dropping back, and everyone's like, what's going on there? Crypto is crazy, right? There seems to be always something going on. This does look like hidden bullish divergence to me. Again, I'm the same way. Get above the point of control. That's when I'll start taking you seriously. Again, I believe this will be a long-term project, so I already have enough of my Polkadot, and I think there's other projects that are going to boom, 100x and 50x, that are going to be smaller market cap. So I don't believe I should allocate any more into Polkadot. I have my Polkadot allocation, and I'm good with it. So, for me, I'm riding it long term. I believe it's going to be here, and I'm in. Swing trading wise, I would wait for it to get above this point of control, and you don't have to commit. Marry it. Wifer, will you marry me twice? Your food is ready, and I'm going to eat it if you don't come up. Really? Oh my gosh, I have so many super chats. That's the problem. You did my food. Wifer, will you marry me? Wifer, marry me. Now, wifer, dude, what if I had a wife? No, I am Muslim, so I technically could marry multiple women. I've talked to my wife about this, but she said it like it would be cool, but not cool. Like, she never said it would be cool, actually. Let's be honest. Now I'm messing up huge. Like, I'm probably messing up big time right now. But what is your favorite book for spiritual mental growth, man? I like The Warrior of the Light, man. It's simple. It's kind of like a, dinner gone. Dinner gone. 3 eggs, 3 wives, only one each to cook. It's so funny. Bro, she for sure eating your food now. She doesn't like veal, though. It's veal parmesan. I just don't see her eating the veal parm. So I think I'm going to be safe there. But you never know. You never know. Are you eating my veal parm, babe? She's hot and cooks and puts up with Sam. She's a saint. Sweaty Dave. What's your favorite book for spiritual mental growth? The Warrior of the Light, man. The Warrior of the Light. I love that book. The book is amazing. All right. So polka dot. It's kind of my handle on polka dot, right? Someone asked about div on MATIC. Let's take a look at MATIC. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. So we've been looking at MATIC, and honestly, it's been bullish recently. For whatever reason, there's been a bullish field for MATIC. It's been trending heavily. We've seen some coins kind of go. Look, it bottomed here, in my humble opinion, at 33 cents. It's a beautiful pickup for MATIC. MATIC at 33 cents, amazing, right? Again, we could go lower, you never know. But that's a beautiful pickup. And then you can see this kind of pattern that I have formed, this tight channel that I got going on. Bit of a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder there too as well. We could also come lower. Like, if you peel this away, see how we could come lower? So see how open-minded I am? Like, you can always see something different. Like some Jim Carrey stuff. But, you know, can we get above the point of control? 89. So 89 is where you want to get busy. You break above 89, retest or so a flag, and that's going to be the sweet spot, baby. And we could head all the way up to the low level of liquidity, even into 143. You'd be surprised how fast we could gap back up, because there's really we tsunami down and up here. Fast, we wave down and up really fast, so we could wave up the same way. Just a little bit of resistance here at 90, and then, of course, that dollar region. You're going to have the psychological resistance at $1, and then boom. MATIC's looking bullish to me, especially these lower time frames. But I bet, look, the 4 hours overbought. Again, so is the 4 hour going to ruin the party for everybody? And it could. It really may. There's a chance that it does. So what you're hoping for is it dumps, goes halfway, and we get like a double bottom here, and it saves the day. And that ends up giving you like your beautiful scared bottom buy. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. I'm just going over some plausible ideas for MATIC. 4 hour time frame for me would have to cool off. 1 hour looks okay. And again, back to that 15-minute flag. Can we get busy just like Bitcoin? And look what I see here too for MATIC. Oh, that reminds me of Cake. Cake's in that same pattern on a grander scale. Pattern recognition has kicked in. So is MATIC a quick swing trade on the 15-minute? It says it's bullish for low liquidity Saturday night. Chance you could see MATIC just get a little bit of a push up to the upside. That is a bullish ascending triangle, but it's 50-50. I showed you the bigger time frames are not really in your favor, but I mean, that wants to rally up. Looks pretty good. Let's zoom into here to and you see lack of bullish momentum in the MACD. MACD attempting to turn. Stochastics RSI too as well. And you did have a bullish divergence there that was very strong, which suggests a bounce, which you've gotten so far off of 78 cents. Interesting. So I see MATIC going to the top of the pattern. Pattern traded. Probably gets rejected somewhere and ends up down here again and fulfills that, that 4 hour. And then we get that 4 hour double bottom that I talked about. And that would be beautiful. And the entry for MATIC would be somewhere around 80 cents in a perfect world, right? So that's what I'm looking at for MATIC. Again, you do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you that everything I say is right. And, go from there. Ask about Z. Let's take a look at Z. Yeah, I was bullish on Z until I wasn't. Let's take a look why. So look, Z was at a beautiful support zone. All right. Previous support becomes, previous resistance becomes support. So support and resistance, right? So the second you see something, you mark it. And so what I wanted to talk about here was you get resistance here. You got a bounce here. Let me actually put it back, right? Sorry. But you get a bounce here, right? And resistance. So when I watched it earlier today, it was in a flag like so. And it was bouncing like very close to this, you could say like this resistance range. And it was bouncing. And if it bounced out, like I talk about, and it maybe did a retest or a double bottom, I mean, it would have been great. But it lost support, did a bearish retest of support and dropped. Did the same thing and dropped again. Now, you could want to play the wedge at this point. I get that. But, it lost the support. So the point of the story was that flag looked great until the support was lost. So you just, the answer to that question, opinion on GRT, Luna C, XRP, and Quant. Wow, a full load. I mean, honest, you people put me to work. 363 people, but I'm working hard. Let's take a look at LUNC. And they're trying to destroy this market. I never had this list people watch me on a Saturday night. But whatever. We're going to break through. I'm still in this trade on MEXC in a 3L. I don't like the fact that the 4 hours is about to dump us stuff. So, but I've been in it so long, I'm gonna stay in it until I have to. Actually, honestly, it looks like it's going to dump at this point. It just keeps hitting lower. It's bleeding out. Like, people don't believe in the trade anymore. It's in a lower. It's been in a lower trend, uptrend, downtrend, right? If it can stay above this low, that's still in an uptrend, so that you're looking for the higher high, and that's kind of the game I'm playing with it. 1 hour time frame again. Really just, couldn't get above resistance, and you're kind of playing games here again. So this looks to bleed out, in my humble opinion. Possibly continue to bleed out. It's all about, like, can you double bottom here? And again, can you get above this resistance? So, like, LUNC has to get back above here. Now, I am looking at this daily, and the bigger time frame say, hey, we got to get a move eventually. You can't bleed out for, 30 days straight. I mean, eventually some move is coming, and I've been having this in the tight channel. But again, 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. You're seeing bullish signs in the bigger time frames. So can we get through the smaller ones is the question. So that's why I put $300 in it. If I lose $300. If I win $1,000. It's a 3L token, and I go from there. And I'll commit to the story. Like, it is what it is. That's LUNC for me in a nutshell. It's kind of sad. I thought by now I would have been able to show my gains, but it didn't happen. Not yet. Not yet. We'll see. XRP. Case is getting bullish. A lot of news coming out. We went over it, and that's also coming out with, like, what's happening with Bitcoin. It's kind of all culminating into this flash of fire. So, look, we're oversold here on the 1 hour time frame, but I got a shoulder head. Possibly making a right shoulder here. So, take a look at this. Look to have a bit of an inverted head and shoulder being created. 15-minute. Does want to push to the upside. And again, that's that same flag for Bitcoin and all the other things that we're looking at. Like, can you break out of the flag to the upside? XRPZ. Right above a point of control. Get back above 47. So it depends. If Bitcoin makes a move, you can see everything's going to make the move, right? I'm showing weakness because for days now, you can't get above 19,200. I mean, that's weak. And you got a shoulder, a head, and possible right shoulder now. I mean, in my humble opinion, you got to short the market. The probability in that 4 hours says you got to short the market. So, and I could be wrong. Usually I'm, 80 to 90% of the time I hit this, but in my opinion, you got to short the market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin short on a Saturday night. And again, Saturday night's not the best night to trade either. You have lower liquidity. Like, Wednesday's far better. So if you had like a fat stack that you really wanted to take a shot at, if I did, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursdays, again, me personally, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I would look at. So this short did play out. Look at that. I mean, it popped pretty nicely. I never hit the stop loss, so this short did pay. Total of 7%. Not amazing, right? But it paid. So we could rework the pattern. In my mind, it broke the trend, right? I'm just looking to see if this short is viable, you see? That's all. Because if the short has, some bullish ideas, then it can just kind of like, get you out of your mindset of being 100% biased to the bullish way, right? It's good to kind of question your own belief. You think it's going to be super bearish. Look, there's a shoulder, a bit of a head and a shoulder there. This looks like it's going to rip, right? Look at that. That 4 hour looks really nice. Look at the 1 hour time frame. So you'd wait for the 1 hour to get low and then get in. Now there may be that wick down. They'll get everyone out and then we wick back up. It's just looking weird too, because like I wouldn't really want to get in there in this like wedge thing. So, like, we got to just let the 15-minute and the 1 hour play out. If they play out and this stays in the pattern, I would short the market and use the, so I would wait for the 1 hour to come down. And this is my trading style, like somewhere into this zone. And if we stay in these zones or we go a little lower, bounce back, and you can cheat it a little bit. And then you trade this 4 hour time frame bullishly for 13% gains on Bitcoin or a smaller coin like .3S, or they'll go up even more, right? So I'm watching this in the 4 hour with alerts on the 1 hour time frame. And I'm going to post this to the TradingView. The last couple times I posted a short, the short did hit. So I'm not saying I'm guaranteeing it, but the last couple times I posted a short, the short did hit, right? So, and I don't like to post a short every night. I normally don't. But when I see the high probability of it, I post it. I'm able to find out the probability. Basically, from the years of doing this YouTube channel, I'm able to find out the probability, and that's really what it comes down to. So Bitcoin short here, right? On my radar. Setting alerts on the 1 hour for oversold areas. I'm so hungry, I can't wait to eat. But I got so many super chats, it just doesn't matter. Sammy can't eat. Sammy don't get to eat till Sammy does his job. That's how it is. All right. So I just gave you my indications on what I see in the markets. Still bullish on this DC. I mean, this thing could do its own thing regardless of the market. It's such a small cap, crazy thing. But again, be careful. High risk, high reward, right? It was already taken for everything today, so I wouldn't touch it again. But I'm just showing you that is a falling wedge scalp, you know. App attempted to break out. I mean, it went to 941. App banged on him. Look at that. Let's take a look at what happened here. App did break out to the upside as suggested. Look at that. Gains on the channel live. And we showed you this possibly. I mean, 5.77. I talk about the 77, right? Crazy how the numbers follow me around. I mean, that 1 hour is just getting started. I would not be surprised if this thing did get some legs. It's got a little bit of bearish divvy now, though. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. That is bearish divergence, so it could just get crushed by the bearish divergence. You're fighting an uphill battle, but wow. 5% captured on the live. And I showed you exactly, you know, how we did it, how we found the pattern, how we watched the pattern. Even lower, because remember when we first looked at it, it was there too, but 7% possibly coming out of that. And that actually may not be done. That could continue to the upside. App hit for gains. Unreal. Shout out to anyone that may or may not get into app. 941 now. I got in at 738. We started talking about it. It's at 941 now. In total now up an entire 28% gain. That's huge. 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 Now it has some bearish divergence, and you can see it here too. So that would heed me to take some profit. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. Okay. And last but not least, Quant. All right. Quant's in a flag on the 15. All right. Oversold. You got to look at your 22, though. Wants to move. Messy pattern. Because I don't drink wine, it throws me off. Daily wants to go. 3 days spent. So, like, I would be careful, man. I'd let that 3 day cool off. 3 day was too hot. Just made a beautiful move. You know? Kind of in like a rising wedge here. Didn't really hit a huge resistance, though. I guess this was your last place of like a bit of an issue. You can gap up quickly to 256. You see that? Not a lot of resistance there. And then once you get to this zone, I mean, you can easily get all-time high is not that far away for Quant. You know, for a bear market, I mean, usually coins aren't that close to their all-time highs, you know. 3 day chart is struggling, though, so I'd be careful of the 3 day chart. Just tell me to be careful and walk away. Maybe some scalps along the way, right? So we'll take a look, but overall trend, overall trend is up, though. Low, high, you know. You just need to come in and put a higher low. So the next time Quant comes on down somewhere in this area on the 3 day chart, higher low, that's going to be a beautiful move, right? So you plan on this. This would take 9 or 10 days to happen, maybe even 15. 5 or 7 3 day charts could take 21. Somewhere between 12 and 21 days. So you got to have the patience to make the bigger money in the game. Laura did a whole thing about that. Thank you, Laura, for teaching everyone, like, the 3 day chart. Like, everyone's trying to make these day trades, but the money's in the bigger charts. And I do state that all the time. But then they see this, like, you know, Dogecoin for 100% gain in a day. So we go for the little ones, we go for the big ones, we go for whatever you can, you know. I don't want to discriminate on gains. You know what I mean? Quant could make a move here. The 4 hours pointing down. 4 hours started dumping before Bitcoin. It's a bit ahead. because it pumped before Bitcoin. So showing you that this is a bit of an M, start to drop. I see quant coming down to this point of control at 138, somewhere in that area. And I could be wrong. 1 hour does want to make a move here, so it's interesting. But overall trend to me is scary, and the bigger time frames tell me to stay away. So, and I could be wrong, but that's my assessment for quant now, and I'll look at it again tomorrow morning. All right. Super Chat's opinion on GRT. I like GRT. It's a good coin. Funny, you think this, everything's pumping this because of SMB, right? Sam Bankman-Fried. Starting to pump here. Look, I mean, you got a shoulder head, you got an inverted head and shoulder, and it also is an ascending triangle, and everything just seems to be pumping. Is Bitcoin pumping is the question. That's what we want to know. I want to know. Take me to you. Look, that diamond did play out a little bit. Take me to your river. I want to know. So I'm short Bitcoin, and I'll tell you why. You can't get above 19,200 repetitively, and you're overbought on the 4-hour time frame. Simple as that. I see the 1 hour wants to do something. I see the 7 minute. I get it, but I don't buy it. And the 7 minute had its time to short squeeze. It didn't do it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the beautiful people at Bookmap. We're going to look at the liquidity here and see what's going on. Bookmap in the description below. If you want to get into Bookmap, let me know. The description below. All right? Discounts better than anywhere else in the game. I work with Bookmap exclusively. I love them. They're amazing. So, not exclusive, you know what I mean? But I choose to work with them. I really like them. So my partnership is because I really care about who, I like their brand. And you can see the liquidity is pretty spread evenly. We do have this 1888 buy. We could slip down. The heat map suggests that we go to 19,250 maybe 19,350 area, but it's also really a sell order there that's keeping us kind of pushed down. So it's kind of flat weekend liquidity like we usually see, not giving me tons of data. A bit of short squeeze action there, but nothing else really to write home about. Really, liquidity just entered in here around 19,000, and I believe the red could suck us earlier. I'm looking at my indicators at this point. I do love Bookmap. It fills in the data when needed, but even on a low liquidity Saturday night, you're going to get low liquidity on the order book. So that's what we see for Bookmap. I'm staying neutral until there's more clarity. I mean, I always stay neutral. I'm always neutral, but to me, there is pretty much a lot of clarity that we're going to the downside. You know what I mean? For now. And I don't think it's a big downside. That's the thing. I don't believe it's going to be too bad. It's like somewhere down in this area here, or 18.8 or 19,100 area, 18.8. It's somewhere in this zone, in the lower range. Just look for this double bottom. I'm looking for this double bottom here. Look. I'm looking for this. And this looks like a Bart Simpson beginning to form. Remember, the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder that I pointed out as well, that you may not remember, but just something to think about. Back to the 7 minute, which is spent now too, and didn't get above the previous high. So and that's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder there too, which is going to dump you down. I mean, I'm telling you right now, the 7 minute had its time to that was when the 7 minute should have thrown the Hail Mary, and it didn't. Now it could out of nowhere, but it's just highly unlikely. All right. So again, I'm calling short. And I said to use an alert. I'm using an alert on the 1 hour time frame to help me enter the 4 hour in a better place if possible. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm short BTC right now. Look from what I see. All right, probability wise, you can't get above a previous high numerous times all day long. Now you're getting spent and you're overbought in the 4 hour time frame, and you just had a chance to throw the Hail Mary in the 7 and you didn't. Yes, you have a 15 minute and a 1 hour, and again, I love to long when they're both low. So hey, you could take a shot at the unknown kid here and hope it happens. Let me clean this up before I get out of here. Shout out to everyone that watched my update this morning. May God bless you. Thank you so much for that love. I appreciate that. It was awesome. I work hard. I've been working since 7 in the morning. It's a Saturday, right? I did take my kids to a local park and we had fun. And I spent time with my wife, which I want to now again, if I'm lucky enough to. Measured move would take you to 19,005 or 19,006, and even then, they wouldn't be amazing. We wouldn't get above a bigger resistance. So, the only thing it would do was solidify that we did break out of this triangle. So, hey, break us out of this triangle. I'll wake up tomorrow up in here. I'm okay. I'm not a bear or a bull. I'm open-minded. I just believe the probability is bearish. If we can't close a candle soon above 19,300, I don't know what to tell you. So that's the show in a nutshell, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to short Bitcoin, cool way to do it. Way I probably will be doing it more than likely, right? If I choose the need, sometimes I may not. Depends. But if I choose to short Bitcoin, I'll be looking at this here. Right here. I have this cool exclusive deal here with MEXC Global. Brand new exchange coming out the game. Got huge volume. Really getting their name out there. And, you know, I decided they were a really great place to link up to. They have ETFs. I really like the ETFs. Right now, we have a thing going for 24 days left. And if you get in, and 50 people do this, it's going to be awesome. 50 people do this, which is really simple. Deposit $500, spot trade $2,000, or future trade $10,000, which I don't really do future trading, but if you do, you do your thing. I spot trade and use ETFs. $25 campaign token comes to you, and you can grab 1,000 more in your bonuses at the event, right? One person will be able to receive 1,000, and 5 people will receive $200. And all we need is 50 people to do this to activate the event. So pretty cool. And we'll do a drawing, and it'll be awesome. So thank you, MEXC Global. Appreciate it. All the way with the Crypto Life from MEXC Global connection. I really appreciate that. And look, I mean, they were nice enough to put my logo on the side. I mean, this is super, super cool. So thank you so much. I love y'all. I appreciate it. 24 days left for the event. May God bless you all if you decide to trade and use my link, because it helps my life in a great way. So thank you so much. I also have a KuCoin link if you'd like, and I also use TradingView if you want to use TradingView. If you use 3 commas, everything I use, I have an affiliate link that I would love if you would like to use it, if you like my channel. All right. We're on Twitter again. Remember, I got that Twitter. Let's go back to what we said here. 35 people answering the twit. Unbelievable. What a Frankie Legend. I don't bank with Bankman, my man. Amen. Right? And we kind of went through it all there. Oh, there's some more there. Greed is not a good look. Ooh, look at that. Yikes. A hack. Ooh, wow. See more replies. WEF Puppet. There it is. Yep. Astros at the Yankees. Interesting. Shout out to everyone that joined during the bear market. We have a lot of people that did pay throughout the summer. I could not believe how many people paid for the year. God bless each and every one of you supporting my business. Thank you so much for you and yours. So Hex did come from a double bottom. Can it bounce? I don't know. It's not looking too healthy for me. I believe Hex goes lower into the FUD. It's at 33 again too. Or is it this way? Yeah, that's so crazy. Everything on the 33 lately, wherever I go. Holy. Now, usually I scan the market, look for gems. I'm going to do that a little later for my team. Keep you focused on what's going on. Look, FTG starting to move. YFDAI was just something we looked at recently. Didn't someone ask me to go over it yesterday? And then I said, wow, it looks pretty good or something, right? No. Wanted it to pump weeks ago. I did look at this and I drew this. Dang, I was like, this thing looks like it could pop because the daily was low. I swear, man, I can like sniff a gain out. I didn't post it to the group. 46% gains. I looked at this. I said, original dollar governance. I said, what is this? And I said, but that's a double bottom, Sammy. And I drew this and I looked at it and I said, low stochastics. Wow. Had it at hello, man. See, even I miss them. I don't get every single thing perfectly. Even I miss it. Occasionally. Dude, app is out of control. It's now ripping at 953. So, like, shout out to anyone that may or may not have jumped into that. I mean, that is flying. I mean, that's live. That's how you do it live. Like, we found this pattern live. I drew this pattern in front of everybody here on the channel. It was, like, all fragmented at the beginning. I showed you the double bottom, and I had the BALZs to draw this other channel here and figure out that it could be an ascending triangle, and bing. That's how you make gains, man. Right there in front of everybody. On a Saturday night, everyone else is at the bar, drinking, doing things. We're making gains. Showing people how to make gains. Educating the world. Crypto lifers, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Please share this with somebody else. Let them know we love them. Let me know I'm educating the world every single day of the week. Everyone, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love you all, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Check the update in the morning. Thank you so much for the donations. I love you all. Have a great night. Be safe.